We live. What's up,
We
y'all?
locked in. We locked in. We locked in. What's up, y'all?
We locked in for sure. You already know.
Peace, everybody.
Without a doubt, we locked in.
Mandu.
The panel, we got big motherfucking Do in the house. Big Do from the block, Mandu. We got Joseph P Langdon. We got Frederick Lee Toomer. You know you
All
got
due respect, family.
my great co-host Moshe in the building. We got Gat Nat.
That's right.
We got Baby Jim and Layla from Loud Lifestyle. Yo, we lit. We lit tonight, y'all. What's up? What's going on? Who in the chat? Who in the
That's
building?
right, man. It's Friday Night Lights.
Seven Guard in the
Friday
building.
Night Lights, Mikey. We here, baby.
That's right. Yo, we talking about these books, book publishing. You know what I'm saying? We gonna give y'all the whole rundown tonight. You know what I mean?
For sure. For sure.
All my guys got books we all published. You know what I'm saying? Word up. We waiting for some more to pull up too. We got more people pulling up for y'all too. Word. What's up though? What's going on? How y'all feeling tonight?
All due respect for the
everything
panel.
great,
I appreciate y'all.
Great, man.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. Speak. You was talking. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, yes. All due respect to the panel. I appreciate y'all letting me on here and promote my book, man. I really appreciate y'all. I love the show.
That's right. Hit that like button. That's right. Pull up. We in the building.
Yo,
What's
man,
going
everybody pull up, man. We in the building, man. We locked in, man. This is Moshe, man. Mikey B, KK. We up in the building, man. We got some special hosts for y'all, man. Some legends, some legendary characters, man. Some brothers.
We got the legends in the building.
Come on, we got brothers that put that pain in so that we can even be speaking here, having this conversation.
Legendary warrior.
Sure.
Mandu warrior.
We got Big Do from the block, Mandu the warrior. Y'all don't know.
Warrior.
Those who know. You know what I'm saying? Those who know.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
All right,
that's
we got
right.
Gat Nat in the building. My man Joey P. Cuz, what's up, Toomer?
What's going on, family?
Yo, listen, man, we up here, man. We gonna have a beautiful, beautiful episode. Y'all gotta forgive me. I'm in traffic right now. I'm waiting to get home so I can sit down at my laptop. But for the most part, that's why I got my brother Mikey B. I know he's more than qualified to hold down the fort. But man, we doing good, man. We just want to call this esteemed panel, man, to get everybody on. You know, because tonight, man, we got some. We got a serious and powerful message we want to get to people, man. But we don't want to be preaching. This message ain't about preaching. This message here is about, how you can really, really put your mind to use. You know what I'm saying? How you can transfer all this energy up here and put that thing to use, man. So we call those individuals, man, that we know.
Smurf is in the building, man.
OG Smurf, my brother. Not our brother.
Smoke right too. Hit that link, Smurf.
Come on,
pull
Smurf.
up.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, man, we wanted to basically call the brothers and sisters we know have been able to utilize that energy, man, to basically transform that energy in their minds, man, to more or less, man, put it on paper. And that's what the ultimate objective is for tonight's discussion. We want to talk about, those of us who are books, those of us who have their own self-publishing companies, and give people out there some advice as to how they can go about following in our footsteps so that they can learn the art of writing. You dig what I'm saying? But, it's not about me. While I'm the host, man, it's about us all. So those that's on this platform, we're going to give everybody an opportunity, man, to speak about their personal journeys, what inspired them to write their books. Perhaps you can tell some backdrop about what your book is about. And not only share those experiences, but also we'll put your information in the chat as to how people out there can purchase your book. So we're not only trying to teach the people about who you are, but we're also trying to promote your book at the same time, your books at the same time. If you got any books coming out, you know what I'm saying, we want the people to go purchase them, man. So we're trying to support each other, uplift each other, not pull each other down. That's not what this platform is about. We're about showcasing everyone's talents and doing it the right way. So with that, man, listen, if you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell.
Hit that link.
Share with your family, man. Share with your family, man. Tell them to pull up, man.
Okay, yo, Shaquell's in the building.
Nah, we ain't got Shaquell.
Shaquell's in the building. We got a legendary
Salute.
Legendary right here.
Quell, what's
Man,
up?
dude.
My man doing
Shout it out, bro. Flatline,
In the same building.
all the way in.
And two Gat Nat. Two gotta get his Wi-Fi right.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, two gotta get his Wi-Fi right.
Yo, two Gat, man, get out that bathroom, man. You can't be on live. You can't be on live in the bathroom, yo. Get out that little closet you in, man. We ain't up north no more, man. Get out that.
Jay Burton, why you ain't come on the panel? Jay Burton, hit the link.
Come on, Jay Burton, man.
That's
where you at,
right
man?
there. We tribe.
Of course, that's family, man. Come on, you know good and well, man. The Life and Times of a LA Blood by Jay Burton. Of course, we want you on the panel, man. What's up, man? Where you at, man? Pull up, man. You know you got
panel, bro.
Pull up on the panel, my brother. We look forward to having you here, man. Hold on, let me send him the link, man. Hold on, man. Yo, Joey P.
Yo, what the fuck?
Send a link to Jay Burton.
All right, yeah.
Write a book about.
Don't press nothing. Don't.
I'm out here. Look. Can you see my shit?
See the hair.
I mean,
I hear you, baby. Jump, mute yourself.
Somebody got their mic open.
Yeah, man. So you know, tonight we're gonna talk about y'all writing journeys, the books y'all published. We're gonna let y'all tell y'all stories the way y'all want to tell them. You know what I'm saying? Are we all we know who the oldest is. I don't know who the oldest is. Hold up, it might be. We're gonna go with the cutest, with the best looking, the most handsome. We got women in here, so we can say cutest, the most handsome.
Oh yeah, that would be me, man. If that's the case, if we gonna start with handsome looks, then I'm gonna go first.
Definitely. You see these Indian cheekbones? You know what they're doing in this street? Indian cheekbones doing this street, bro?
Ain't nothing more Brooklyn than these handsome features.
Yeah, I'm the youngest, oldest nigga up here.
So we're gonna go first, man. Who's gonna set it off, man? Who's gonna tell me about their book journey first? You know how y'all started writing, however you want to put it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can play however y'all want. Who want to start?
Yeah, man, the stage is open, man. Whoever wants to go first, man. Y'all,
Can I jump in there?
Come on, let's go.
Ahead,
Okay, my book.
Ladies first, baby, jump first. Let's go. Let's get it.
My book journey started helping Mikey with his book. You know what I'm saying? I always wrote
for love all day.
I always wrote poetry and had my feet into fashion. But when I read what he was writing from prison, it inspired me to put my words to paper. And when I gave it to him and he said, yo, he gonna put me in the book, I was just like, wow. Yo, dudes be talking about what they want to do every day and they out here in the street. And I drove from North Carolina and this man taught me business from the prison floor.
You know how we do, beloved.
From the prison floor, I became an author. I became an author. I had already been into my own thing. I do my own thing with clothes. I'm a fashion designer, but he just showed me there's so many avenues to go where you can get this money and you don't have to be doing nothing illegal. Yo, our mind is powerful. Thoughts become things. Like he said, thoughts become things. He already knew what he wanted to do. And me watching him from Shawanga on the dance floor made me feel like, yo, I got to go harder. He in jail. I got to go harder. So that's what I did. Anytime he asked me for help, he said, yo, I need a book cover made. I had no idea how to make a book cover, but I knew I wasn't going to go back to him and tell him I couldn't get it done. So I used my researchers. I used my resources. I used my brain. I had somebody around me who went to film school. And guess what? We got that book cover made.
Yo, I don't know how to do this shit, bro.
I hear you now.
Just mute yourself while somebody else is talking to let other people, one voice. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, baby. Just finish.
I can't hear you.
I applaud all the authors from behind the wall that's coming out with their work, because people out here in the street say they want to do things and not really doing it. And I seen from example, like I know about Smurf book. I remember when Mikey was telling me to help him with Smurf book. Like the things that he was doing behind the wall showed me that people really don't want it that much. You don't want it that much. You want somebody to give it to you. If you ain't ready to go to work and figure it out, then you don't really want that money. You don't really want it. You don't want no success. Because if you want success, you're going to do anything you have to do to learn to get it. I did not know how to make a book cover, but I knew Google would teach me. I know that YouTube teach me, and I'm going to figure it out because I'm not going to go back to him and tell him I can't make a book cover. But he gave me a whole book in prison. Gave me the whole book typed out in prison. He sent it to me. How can I tell him I can't make a book cover when I'm free? No.
So what you saying? What you saying is that you were inspired. That you were all. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
I was more than just inspired. Yeah, it took the teachings of him sitting there showing me, like, listen, this is the books that I'm gonna do right here. He told me what he wanted to do, and not just a lot of dudes tell you a lot of stuff. He didn't just tell me, he showed me. Then he showed me how to make my own lane for myself. Legit. There's nothing better than that. Nothing better than that. And I can say when people say, where did you learn from? And even my therapist, because I have one and I'm not ashamed to say it, even my therapist say, yo, you learned a lot from going to those prisons. I ain't gonna lie, I used to be shook when I used to go see him. Like the prison looked so damn scary walking in there. I'm thinking, are they gonna let me out? But every time the plan was to get these books out, let people know, no, you can do it. If he can do this shit behind the wall, why y'all can't do nothing and you free? That don't make no sense. So nobody could ever tell me nothing about who I deal with and why I deal with them, because I ain't did nothing but grow since I've been around Hood Love. It's Hood Love South down here now.
That's right.
Economic freedom. Economic freedom is the way we change. I watched y'all podcast. The way y'all change the youth is economic freedom and showing them that you can do it. I had no money when I started my company. No money. Just all the ideas, and knew that I can get fresh. If y'all go to my Instagram, you can see it. That's what I do. But I saw it. Thoughts become things. Doors started opening for me. I started learning new things. I started figuring out that I can buy these things wholesale. You know what I'm saying? Make my money back right. Long as I have my company and my brand lined up correctly. And that's what that man taught me. Promote yourself. Why you wearing all this stuff if you got your own clothing line?
That's right.
I can't help it. I love fashion. That's one thing that I'm still trying to get. I love fashion. I got to show love to everybody. But that's what I learned.
All right. All right. Yeah, that's the piece. You know what I'm saying? You hear it straight from my mouth.
Yo, you can hear me?
Hold on, man.
Yo, man, dude, what up, bro?
Yo, I just wanted to out here trying to shout my son.
What up, bro?
Oh, that's the
yeah, bro.
Hey, Burton, what's up?
Hey, yo,
shout
I'll
everybody
be seeing you on the gram. I didn't know that was you. Now I know that's you.
Hell yeah, it's me, bro. What's good?
Flatlines, man.
Flatline for my homies, man. Moshe was good, bro.
Yo, Smurf, man. Yo, man, you gonna start making me cry just talking to you.
No, bro, we out here, bro. You already, bro. We out here, bro. Yo, Mikey, bro.
Smurf, where's my credit at, Smurf?
Brother, man, since we was kids, man. Yo, man. Yo, I love you, man.
I love you more, Scrap. You already.
Yo, you can't beat me in chess no more, neither.
Yeah, I can't. I'm still nice, bro. I still play, bro. That ass, bro.
Yo, Smurf, where my book credit at?
Which book credit I owe you? Who that? Never who that, but I can't even see you, bro.
Everlast.
Oh, that is Ab. Yo, Ab, you know you get a book credit. You know you get credit, bro.
What's up?
What's good, bro? Hey, yo, without Ab, I would have got my shit typed up, yo. True story. What up, bro? How you been, bro?
Yo,
welcome home, man.
Great. I am great, Moshe. Great to see you.
Yo, man, great to see you too. Yo, listen, man. Listen, man. You know, me and Mikey and KK, man. You know, we been sitting down, coming up with these ideas, man, and
KK, I see you too, bro.
Idea, man, you know.
All right.
But we realized that it's, you know, we wanted to bring our people up here so that they can showcase their talent. It's so much talent up here. You got our brother from out west, man. You know, the brother Jay Burton, man. The brother, man. This is our brother, man. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. He's in a predicament right now where he needs our assistance. Yo, Jay, you want to speak? I mean, I know you are an author yourself. You wrote your own book. You can introduce yourself to the panel, my brother, man. You know, we love you, man.
Yeah, check this out. This is my memoir, The Life and Times of an LA Blood, Shattered Mirror by Jay Burton. It's on Amazon. Okay. I wrote this in a cell about a year ago. You know, I send my my regards to all y'all over there. It's all good. You know, we've been building, for those that don't know, that we've been building this East Coast and West Coast thing, and y'all be prepared for that. We're about to shock the world, y'all. And you know, I go by Jamu, but hashtag Free Jay Burton. That, you know, that's the movement because I've been incarcerated for the past 33 years. You know, I'm an original blood out of Watts, California, Bonnie on it. But the thing is, I had to transition that blood into a political field. And so that's what we're doing. We're trying to bring all this together and make this stuff start working for us and not against us no more. And this book, Shattered Mirror, this Life and Times of LA Blood. You know, I was only 16 when I was 16 back in 89. I'm 49. So I really didn't have much to say about my 16 years on the street, but it's a hell of a story. But my next book that's following, probably be out later on this year, called God's Son Buried Alive. That's going to be the book. And like I say, it's about us coming together and building to try to make this stuff work for us, because this gang life been going on for 50 years and hasn't worked for us yet. But now that we got what we putting together through Joy, through Moshe and Mikey B, we're about to make some big moves, y'all. Hope y'all could be a part of this. And trust me, I mean, I love the things we've been doing. We've been communicating and trying to bring us all together. I'm kind of like shook because these pigs, a gang of pigs in here right now, and they feeding us because we're locked down right now because of the COVID shit. So that's why I can't really get into flow. But as soon as they walk by with these trays, I will. I'm gonna stay hooked. But I can't really say too much now because they close by. But I'm gonna keep the mic on low. I appreciate y'all. One love. It's all good.
All right, salute.
No, one love right back to you. One love right back to you, my brother. And let me tell you something, man. If it's anybody who understands what you're going through, it's us, man. So, you know, however, you know, just the fact that you were able to come in and tap in and bless us with your presence, man, we truly appreciate that. We know the circumstances, we know what you're confronted with, and we support you, man. We're here for you. You said we can get your book on Amazon, right? Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, y'all can get it. Y'all can get it on Amazon. I don't know if he can hear y'all, but Amazon.
My bad. I put it on mute. My bad. Yeah, Amazon. The Life and Times of LA Blood by Jay Burton. It's gonna be a new cover on there starting Sunday. So this edition is sold out. I basically told him to put a whole new cover on it because I was just messing around with some apps and I put this cover together. So like she was saying, this shit is simple. But look, the pigs are real close. I'm a mute. I can hear y'all, but I'm a mute.
I mean, if answer the questions if you're able to. I mean, under the circumstances, we understand. But so, what inspired you? Like, when did you start writing? And what inspired you to do it? I mean, we know it's easy to some of us, but to some of us, it might not necessarily be easy. But what inspired you to want to write the book itself?
You know, I've been through it all when it comes to the gang lifestyle and this prison shit. Like I said, I was 16 in '89 when I got trapped, and always wanted to know what I want to be remembered for. So I had to elevate my game and become who I am, the freedom fighter and advocate that I am today. So I said I can write about this because now I'll become.
Everybody can hear him.
Yeah, so I said, okay, because I didn't transition to something. When I transitioned to something, it was something that elevated me in my status on these prison yards because I got a lot of rank in here, but I had to use that rank for different things. Hold on, they close by, y'all.
And let's put into perspective what the brother is going through. The brother is under some very, very, very trying circumstances. For those of us that understand what he's doing, man, he's going out his way, man, to connect with the world, man, so the world can understand his plight. The brother was sentenced to life in prison as a juvenile, all right? And we're trying to get him out right now. That's why we know we on some, we trying to get the brother out, man. The brother got to get out of that predicament, man. That's a fact. And thank you, Joe P. Thank you, Joey P, for introducing us to the brother, man, because without you, Allah made this happen, man. He used you as a vehicle to, make us aware of the brother in his plight. So thank you so much. The brother is not here right now. Anybody else would like to go and speak about who they are?
We got Goat Magazine in the building.
Yo, what up? What's good?
That's Chant from Goat and
right
right?
Yeah, what's good, bro? How y'all doing? Peace.
Salute.
Sisters.
Peace, brother.
Thank you for being here, my brother.
Yeah, KK just called me. He was like, yo, make sure you tap in on that because he's unavailable right now. You heard?
That's right.
So I'm here. Me and KK was kicking it a couple days ago. Me, him, and Bimmy. So and I already, I know about this whole platform right here, but it's fire. It's dope, man. I love it. I love what y'all doing, man. So I just wanted to tap in real quick. I'm not gonna take up too much time, but we got a plethora of magazines. Goat Magazine. It used to be called Gyro. It's yeah. Right. So it's the #1 magazine in all the jails. Across the point. The next issue that's coming out is gonna have Bimmy from the Supreme Team and Benny the Butcher and his artists on the front with a whole bunch of different stuff in there. The memes, the girls, advertisements of book authors and publishers, Uber facts, reform information, things like that. And we just recently started making business and fashion magazines now. So now brothers and sisters locked down can tap in and be aware of, what's happening out here that they're not privy to. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to tap in and let everybody know. I'm gonna leave my number in the chat. If y'all looking to get y'all books advertised through us, hit me up and we'll talk, off air.
That's a good look.
Pardon me, y'all.
Yo, man, let me say something, man.
Hey,
I appreciate all y'all for tapping in. Just you about to go, Smurf, about to say something?
Yeah, pardon me 1 second. There's a brother on here.
Y'all, this shit is legendary that we doing. We making history right here. You know what I'm saying? This is
legendary. It's a brother. It's a brother in my inbox, Adam Crespo. He said he want to ask a question. It's about his son and some gangbanging shit. So I told him he could ask. I don't see it yet, though.
Hold up. We on book publishing time right now. He can put it in the chat, and when we get to that, we'll get to that. But this is not really the gang show right now. We got a lot of,
I only wanted to answer because he said it's about his 15-year-old son.
Yo, listen, you understand what I'm telling you?
I understand you, bro.
Right now, we on book publishing time, though, bro. It's a time for that. You know what I'm saying? And we can answer that probably towards the end. And
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so he probably heard you. He heard you. You heard that, Crespo?
I don't even know how this works.
All right, but what yo, who next up, man? Come on, man. Tell us about y'all books, y'all stuff. What's going on?
Well, I could go. I'm Author Everlast.
All right, let's go,
everybody knew me as Ev, up top or on the island or whatever. I've been home since 2010, and it's been a struggle, but I got it done. And Journey to the Kingdom of Soul was my first joint I published on my own. I went through a company called Creative Space that was eventually swallowed up by Amazon. You know what I'm saying? And
sure was.
I went through them with Kindle and dropped my first joint. Then I came back with my second joint, Real Always Wins. You know what I'm saying? And I did real good with this joint. This joint was like my best-selling book on the street. And then I had to come back again with Real Always Wins 2. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, I was publishing other people's stuff. So I had published Cabin Love by Latoya Monique. It's a love story. And Real Always Wins is a crime series, and Journey to the Kingdom of Soul is a fantasy. And it's about a black princess that needs to get to the Kingdom of Soul for safety, and she has, special powers, got talking animals, a lot of different things going on in this joint. With this joint here, what I'm doing is I'm about to turn the characters into NFTs. You know what I'm saying? If anybody knows anything about the crypto world and stuff like that, I really want people that don't know, especially our people, to get involved, because they shut us out of a lot of things as we was growing up. We didn't have a lot of information. We didn't know how to make money, so we took it to the streets. We did what we did. But now the information is there. You know what I'm saying? And there is so many ways that our people can get in, get your bread, feed your family. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm doing is I'm turning my characters into NFTs, put a little music behind it, and we got music NFTs with that. You know what I'm saying? So Real Always Wins, I took it to the merchandising side of it, started making gear, selling it on the street. You know what I'm saying? People hit me up in the DM, so that's how I went with it. I went with, clothes, you know what I'm saying, for the girls, for the ladies, got hats, got all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We putting the website together now. My team is very, very good with making this stuff. So I'm blessed to be, have them with me. And as far as the books go, my next phase is straight filming. If anybody's seen me through the last at least 5 years, they seen that I've been running around filming, shooting music videos, working with Chris Gotti and Adventures Music. You know what I'm saying? Did a few things with Irv Gotti and a couple of other cats, all over the place. But our next phase is doing the Real Always Win series. You know what I'm saying? And a few other things with that, but that's the next goal. And what up?
Yo, first of all, I'd like to say congratulations for you with all of the success that you've been able to achieve. I'm really, you're my brother. I love you. It's
love
great
you too, man.
to be back with you, man, and building with you and doing it on this side of the wall as opposed to being behind the wall. But we've had the opportunity to build in spite of where we were at. And I just want to say I'm proud of you. The example that you set is something that we all can emulate. So I really, really, really appreciate the example that you set. Is there any way for you, because I'm like literally 3 to 5 minutes away from my house, is there any way for you to put the title of your books in the chat? Can you do that from where you are at right now?
In the chat. Yeah, don't put them. You put them in. Don't put them in the behind the scenes, the private chat. Put them straight in the chat.
I only see a chat button, and when I hit it, it looks private. You heard?
All right, don't worry. Put whatever you can, all of the information that you want in that chat. And then when I get in the crib, I'm gonna, inshallah, I'll transfer it into the main chat. The reason why is because I want our listeners out there, I want this platform, for us to be able to, promote our brand. This is what this is about. I want all of us to market our brand. You know what I'm saying? So if you have this information, we want people to purchase your books, right? We want people to be a part of that process, to support you so that they can empower you and we can empower each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm asking you of that. So put it in the chat and I'll be able to transfer it on the main line, all right?
Yeah, I got I have a link tree. I put my link tree in the chat.
Oh, okay.
And my link tree goes to everything: books, videos, merchandise. You know what I'm saying? So we made it kind of easy for everybody. But I want to thank y'all for this, man. This is really dope. It's brothers on here I haven't seen.
Yo,
Mandu, I haven't
I'm proud of you,
Mandu, since I was a little dude. And yo, this is crazy, man. Like,
I'm loving this shit, bro. I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank
that
you,
ass,
man.
bro.
Yo, I told y'all I was gonna do this shit, man.
Yeah, you did, bro. You did, boy.
Yo, Mo, you was the last one I saw, Moshe.
Yo, that's the fact. That's what I'm saying. I'm hearing you say. That's why I say, yo, bro, like, I'm really proud of you, man. You don't realize how much what you're saying to me, what it means to me. Like, in my heart, I feel like, yo, This is somebody who I know and I'm really proud of, and it makes me want to go that much more harder because I'm really, really, really proud of you, bro. And I love to see you out here. Yo, bro, you don't realize, man, not you in this case, I apologize, I'm just saying generally, a lot of people don't realize, man, what we went through, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's why I kind of want to get to. Like, where did that, was it the circumstances, because it was already in you, but was it the circumstances that kind of compelled you to really tap into yourself, to start looking within and coming up with these thoughts? Because a lot of times when we out here, we so distracted by our true potential.
I honestly, you know, going back and forth to the box, I had a lot of time on my hands. You know what I'm saying? So I started cooking up, and the one thing that caught me was this: the book game is like, at the time when I was peeping it, they was selling it out their car. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, if I go to the street, man, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could sell books or something. You know what I mean? I don't want. My deal was I didn't want to work in McDonald's, B. You know what I'm saying? That was my deal coming home. Yo, I don't want to have to do that, man. You know, if I got to work, I got to work. You feel what I'm saying? But I need to do something that makes me money and makes a legacy, do something. You know what I'm saying? So I came home. This shit was not easy because remember, we all come home. All of our stuff is written out. It's not typed. You know what I'm saying? So now we got to sit down. We got to figure out how to type it and get time for that. But you got kids. You got a lot of things that you got to deal with. So I don't know, homie. I just kept pushing, man. You know what I'm saying? I just kept pushing. I didn't stop. You know what I'm saying? And when I dropped my first joint, and when I said, yo, one thing about me was, if I could put this together and I could sell one to somebody, then I know I did it. You heard? And that was it. I put it together, sold a couple of joints, brought some joints, you know what I'm saying? Sold them, started catching on to take pictures with people, signing them, you know what I'm saying? Having that interaction with people, because when you're a book writer, it's different than if you're writing, you know, making a new song or something like that. They get to meet the person that actually wrote the book, which is dope to them. You know what I'm saying? They get to actually, you know, really vibe with you for that 5 minutes or whatever it is. They get to, you know, you sign it for them. You take a picture. You know what I'm saying? You give them a piece of merge or something. Fans for life. You know what I'm saying? Fans for life, man. So I just, you know, I don't know. I just kept going with it. I like what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love interacting with the people and meeting new people all the time with this and signing for them and all of that. This is a dope, you know, it's dope out here, man.
Let me ask you a very important question. You heard me, Ev?
Huh?
Let me ask you a very important question, you heard?
Talk about it.
That writing style that you use, am I the father of your style? Am I the father of your style? Because in Comstock, when I wrote my first book, you was with me in Comstock, bro.
But I had already, I had already, I had already gave my son's mother the copy to this, like the written copy, to tell her that I wanted my son's mother to help me publish this. You know what I'm saying?
Before we was in Comstock.
You know what I mean? But
while we were in Comstock?
Huh?
While we were, did I give you the motivation?
No, I had this. I wrote this already. I had it written already. I gave it to her and everything, but she didn't print it.
Just making sure, bro.
Nah, bro. No, listen, we are on the same level.
I got a good lawyer.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we was there. So I understand, brother, where the mindset
I got a good lawyer.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, man. It's good to see you out here, though, bro. You heard?
Yeah, you too,
and
man.
We was writing together. We was talking this shit in the yard, bro. And we out here making it happen. You know what I'm saying? I respect you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Got a lot of respect for you, bro.
Whoa, thank you, man. Yo, this was definitely a dope feel, man. You know what I'm saying?
But make sure you put your stuff in the chat. Where you go that fast? He slid that fast. You got to put his stuff in the chat. You got to make sure. The world. Who next, man? Who next up, man? What's up?
I'll say something.
Come on, Shaquell.
Shaquell in the building.
My bad.
Hey yo, Quell, I didn't even know that was you, bro. It was popping, bro.
Low key, Smurf, low key.
Wow. Yo, what up, man?
I'm good. Living.
Shaquell.
Yeah.
Peace.
Salute.
Wow.
Been out here
Yo,
5 years and a couple of months.
Y'all G's, I ain't seen y'all in so long, man. This is crazy, man.
Facts, years, man.
Whoa.
But yeah, my journey started in Southport. I said like 1997. I said I'm gonna start writing books, man. Matter of fact, it was Snake Picking Attica in 96, going into 97. Then I went to Southport, so I'm like, I'm gonna start writing me a book. So I first started writing, and I mean, I'm a good writer when it comes to regular letters, know how to put words together and everything. But I realized that creative writing was a whole different animal. So I had wound up writing like maybe a whole tablet of stuff handwritten. I didn't like the way it came out. It really ain't sound like a story. So I went and ordered this book, I believe it was called The Bedford Handbook for Writers. And it gave me a perspective on creative writing, on how to put characters together, how to build a rising effect, a crescendo in your storyline, the protagonist, how to use the antagonist. And, I started putting things together slowly but surely. I had a lot of setbacks during my whole bid because, those in the room that know my situation up north, like I was getting a lot of cell searches and everything. So a police might search my cell and they see the book. First thing they do is
swear to God, it's gang.
We're gonna take this book, make sure it ain't gang related, but it's not. But guess what? I never see the book again ever. Even if they know it ain't gang related, if you're doing something positive that can get you some money in the future, they're gonna take that and they're gonna try to ruin it, ruin your situation, and discredit you from writing anything else. I lost numerous books like that, at least 4 books. Like none of them was complete, but I'm halfway finished this one, gone. I'm 3/4 finished this one, gone. Wow. I just started this one, whole new fresh, gone. And it was discouraging me a little bit. So around, I say, I was around Mikey B, I was writing this book, or maybe before he got there, called Foul Play. It was a hood novel, a street literature book. And I don't know what made me switch over, but I just started like when I got to I think Wendy, and I seen this lady E.L. James from England wrote 50 Shades of Grey, and she sold 70 million copies. And 2 years, 40 million the first year, 30. I said, damn. So I started to have people research it. What's up with erotica? Why it's so special? Come to find out, erotica always been the #1 seller of books of all different genres. So I said, damn, I used to write letters home to females when I was in jail, and they used to love the letters. It got to a point, and a lot of the brothers here that wrote them type of letters, once you start writing that, they don't want no regular letter. They like, all right, I understand what you're going through. Talk about your day in jail and all that. Fuck all that. Where that sex story at? I need that. So I started penning it, and I started looking up and researching. I was like, dang, I looked up Zane's. I say, all right, she's black. This other girl, 50 Shades of Grey, is white. So I'm still with the black people, how they receptive to this erotica. So I seen how Zane started off with a newsletter at one time, and she decided to want to put a little dirty story up in there. And she first thought that it was gonna have negative, feedback, but then it didn't. It actually, more people started following it just from reading them stories. So I see her first book, Sex Chronicles Shattering the Myth. It was doing real good numbers, which got her to sit down with Simon & Schuster, and they want to sign her up on the Atria Books, a subdivision under them. So with that, she started blowing even more. And then I seen she had got the Cinemax series, and that was the highest grossing Cinemax series of all Cinemax when it comes to advertising and everything. I'm like, damn, I'm getting into erotica, so I started writing this book here. It's called Foreplay, right? It's on Amazon, and what it is 40 short stories with 3 different sections, and I put a lot into it, man. And it was a real challenge because if anybody noticed, erotica is written mostly by females. You have a very handful of dudes that write erotica. Females write it. Not only they write it good and better in most cases, it's because they're more cerebral. Guys is more practical. So females can really, even when they read these books, they read it different than when a guy read it. They read it and can really picture that in their frontal lobe, like, yo, and play it back like a motion picture. We might only read this type of stuff in the box and we just bored. We ain't got no magazine on deck. You know what I mean? So I wrote it and I perfected it.
Hey, yo, salute, man.
Salute. So I wrote it, and then I came home, and this way it got crazy. It was written, it was typed out on typing paper. Those that been in jail know we don't have no computer, none of that. So I had to put it in the, I guess, micro windows or whatever. PDF file, so I didn't have that. So I reached out to my boy Miz, who wrote the book, the Bulldog Crew and Bishop and all that. He plugged me into this female, so she supposed to type my book out, back out into a PDF file. Man, I edited my whole book. I learned how to do all that from in jail, autodidactic. Just got stuff and learned how to do it my own, right? So she supposed to type it. Man, I got my book back in an email. The whole book was unedited. I was wasting money with her. She gave me back a portion of the money. About like, damn, how you go unedited book? My whole situation with her was you type out as it is. Every period, every colon, every semicolon, everything is accurate. Put it out like that. Just type it out. She said, I got you. Messed my whole book up. So what I did was I got some of my money back. I said, you know what? If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it myself. So what I did, I fell back. I felt like I'm gonna do it myself, but that wasn't going too good. I was working for GMAC. I was the program manager. I'm doing mad work, doing crazy, going on crazy different meetings all day. That couple of years go by, another year go by, another year go by. Finally, after Operation 2020, I had a free time. I started typing into pages on my iPad, and from there, so to give you the blueprint, after I finished doing on pages, I contacted my man Prince, who put me on to this thing called Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. Anybody familiar with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bruh, they are so cheap, man. I try to get my book. I try to get my man, help him get his book edited before. They wanted $13 a page. I'm like, that's gonna come to like $2,000 and change. So Fiverr, $100, $200 is done. So I went to Fiverr. I already know how to do the format from Amazon. So what he did, I had this guy format my book first, professionally, $35. These people was overseas, right? And then I already had the cover. Deshaun Taylor is another book writer. He did my cover. And then I had my cover broke down so that it can fit the format to go up on Amazon. And then I put it on Amazon. It went live within, like, let's say, by the next day it went live. And I went to YouTube, I went to Instagram, and I reached out to Yandy, Busta Rhymes, Mac Wiles, all of them, to try to post my book up on their story for 24 hours, and they did. Shaheen the Rugged Child, a few people. So that really got sales, and I had everybody that know me. I love the strippers. I be in a strip club. A lot of strippers, they have crazy followers. Some of them is made up followers, but even with the made up followers, if they got 200,000, about 90,000, 50,000 is real. So they posted up for me. And that's how I started building my sales up. I don't have a book company. I might consider starting one in the future, but the reason being I don't have the energy to really go to the post office on a regular basis and mail people books out and stuff. So I just deal with Amazon. I make my books $16.95. I get $5.75 off every book sold. They get $6 and change. The other $4.90 is for the printing cost, and I pay $4.90 for my books. I'll be selling them sometime. I go out on the street. I sell like 10 here, 5 here, whatever. It all adds up. And I've been doing good just with sales alone. My shit is a paperback and ebook. It's on Amazon.com. I'll tell you this much. I thought being the age that we're in now, information and computer age, I thought the ebooks would sell more. Nah. Yo, my paperback, let's say I remember I had 1,900 sold. Out of 1,900 books, only 4 books was ebooks sold. The rest of them was paperbacks. So people still love the paperbacks, man. And that's basically my story right there. It's just doing good. I'm just trying to find new ways of marketing. Be surprised. Go up in Clubhouse. There's a room full of females. Mention, also go on my bio. I'm an author. Check my book out. It's erotica. They run right to it. You know what I mean?
So go ahead, Mikey. Pardon me, my brother.
Now I was wanted to ask them, when we was in Clinton together, you had already started writing those books, right?
Yeah, I already had started already. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Mac Mama. At that time, I had bought her book. You had put me on a Mac Mama.
I don't want you to say that you inspired me.
Nah, because I want my money, man.
Yeah,
I know you come with writers, that, bro. I was around all of y'all. I was already published. I was published, bro.
Mikey B was published. It was published, but I respect his tenacity and how he write his books, and he's going hard and putting multiple books out. But disclaimer, he didn't have anything to do with encouragement.
Mandu, you too, Mandu.
I see, because he tried everybody.
Mandu.
Oh, I want to say one more, too. I want to say one more thing.
Nigga, I've been writing since the 80s. Get up out of here with that, man.
I want to say one more thing. If you got a book, I'm telling you, advertising is key to selling. But people like professionalism. Yo, I didn't know. Yo, I got my book made to a video trailer, $35 on Fiverr.com. Simple shit. They love it. You know what I mean?
Facts. That's good.
All right, so I got a question for you, big bro. You know, and again, salute to you. We love you, man. You've influenced us. You know, obviously you and Mandu. You guys influenced us here on this East Coast in terms.
My brother froze up. He be back. Hold on. He's just talking about influence and stuff.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this is another way in which you can influence another generation. So the way you influenced us in our generation, being the young first generation homies, how do you think your writing or what you're writing about has the ability to be able to influence today's youth?
I mean, I think just by being successful at what I do and putting it out and dare to sit down and get the project done and put it out, whether it's erotica, whether it's street lit novel, whether it's about science or history, like it all falls in the same category. We just put your books out, man. Don't give up. You start writing in jail, don't come home and forget about it. Go hard, man. Get that book out. That's like wasted time. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would feel like that. Damn, if I never got it out, like that wasted my time. All of just sitting there all night writing stuff, erasing stuff, retyping again, find a mistake, retyping the page. I'm trying to be perfect. Like to come home and not put it out, it's like it's doing myself a disservice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anybody else is up? I mean, we got a whole panel here. What's up, Brooke? What's up, brother Jay?
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to really speak too much. It's crazy because what that brother's talking about, that's exactly what I did with the Fiverr. And they only charged me $100. They charged me $100 to format it and publish it. So yeah, he's right about that Fiverr. And also I wanted to expound on why I started really writing books, because back when I first came to prison, my father and them was like, you need to write a book about your life. And I'm like, there's nothing about my life. But throughout the years, I started understanding that we all have a story, but it's all how you articulate your story. Because all our stories is basically similar, but it's how we articulate it. And it took me, I got caught up, police got stabbed up, and they said I the one did it. So I went to the SHU for about 3 or 4 years, right? And I sat back there and I used to read all these books. And I said, how is it that we know Malcolm, Martin, and all these type of people, right? I said, because either people wrote about them or they wrote about themselves, and they legend lived on, right? So I said, what do I want to be remembered as? Because I was one of the ones when I was a young homie on the lines, I was one of the ones always raised my hand when I didn't even have to raise my hand to go put in work. I'm talking on these main lines out here, and but I said I have to change. I have to do something that when my little brother and them and my daughter and all them, when I'm not here no more, I need them to remember me as something other than me coming up in the hood banging. So I started learning law. Actually, it was after I seen Malcolm X, the movie. That's what I said. I need to change my game up. But it took me. They validated me. They validated me back in 2006. They was like, look, you basically doing too much on these lines. We're going to validate you. We're going to put you in a SHU for an indeterminate period. So they kept me locked up for 9 years underground. We got a prison up here called Pelican Bay, and it's literally underground. They kept me in there for 9 years. It took us to hunger strike 2011, 2012, 2013. We hunger striked every year. And then eventually a few of us died. I mean, it was part of the sacrifice. But it was like when I sat back there, I said, it's time for me to pen my story, because I did a lot for whether it was the bloodism, whether it's for liberation, liberating our people, freedom fighting, advocating. I did a lot for every aspect of this life. But I said, now it's time for me to tell my story, because the way when I was in that SHU, I thought I would never make it out. They had a policy in California. They got a thing called snitch, parole, or die. That's the only way you're getting out the SHU if you validate it. And I knew I wasn't going to do no snitching. I've been down. I'm a lifer. I got 30 years to life. As those that don't know, I've been down since I was 16 years old. I'm 49 now. So I knew I was going to either die in the SHU, because I wasn't going to do no telling, or eventually I'll parole, and I don't even know if I ever parole in that SHU, right? So I said, I'm just going to write my story. So when I was writing my story, I sent it out to the brothers that was in a little pod with us, and they were saying it was sounding like other people gang lifestyle. I said, okay, I need to do something a little more different. And then I started reading all these documentaries, but it was a Hurricane Carter story that kind of stuck with me.
Yeah.
I said, okay,
Hurricane
I like this story. Yeah, So when I liked this story, I said, okay, I could write about the hood tales, but I also want to politicize, what's going on with the streets. When I was in the streets, everything I believed in when it came to the Damoism and everything that I lived and died for. But I said I
about
had
the
to
16th round.
Okay. Huh?
You talk about the 16th round?
16th round.
That one?
Yeah. No, it was not the one that he wrote. It was you got the autobiography, then you got the biography.
I think the other one is Lazarus. Lazarus.
Yeah, the Lazarus joint.
Yeah, it was
the Lazarus. Okay. I apologize. I didn't mean to cut you off, my brother. I apologize.
No, it's good. It's good. Because I know it's two. I know it's the autobiography that he wrote. Then you got the biography that somebody wrote about him. So I read the biography. I mean, it was a hell of a book. So I read that. It was that book and Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom, that really I got to do mine. But when I do it, I got to walk a certain walk because, I didn't sacrifice so much for this cause. When it comes, like I say, whether it was deal with the Bloods or it dealt with it was a contradiction with just being a straight blood and trying to be a freedom fighter. So I had to politicize my bloodism. And what I mean by politicize it, I had to show that I'm not one of them bloods that'll see a Crip and I want to knock a Crip. I looked at it as just put it right there. So I looked at it as we have to develop mentally and elevate ourselves so we can, when I see a Crip, I see him as my brother. No longer do I see him as another nigga that I want to knock down. I have to see him as my brother. So that's what I mean by politicizing this bloodism. So when I start politicizing this bloodism, it was just in my everyday walk. And I said, okay, now I can write a story because this is my walk now. So when I started writing when I rewrote my book, like I said, I had to rewrite it because the first drafts it was just straight street stuff. But I said it's not teaching nobody nothing. So like I said, I got all these biographies and I started reading these biographies. I said, okay, now I'm ready. But it took me about 5 or 6 times to really perfect the writing. Because like I say, it's how you articulate your story. Because all our stories are the same, but it's how you articulate it. And once I started putting it together, and like I said, I wrote about 4 more different times, then I perfected the story. Because I was only 16 when I came to jail. So to me, I didn't have many years on the street. But I wrote the whole story, but I just wanted to get the street part out the way, which is the life and times of an LA Blood. That's just the street portion of my life. I just wanted to hurry up, get that out there so I could deal with my prison life, because 2/3 of my life has been locked up. Like I said, I've never been out. I've been in here from 89 to 2022. Hold
on. We're getting some feedback. If you're not speaking, can you please mute your mic? Thank you. Prompt me, Jay.
Okay, so my whole thing is what do I want to be remembered as? If I put books out, I wanted to know what it is I want to be remembered as. Yeah, I want you to know my roots. And I want you to see what I've become after all these years of being enslaved again. To show that I may be physically enslaved, but I'm no longer mentally enslaved. I had to free myself up here to really put this story together. And I'm telling you, that second book, which is also based on my I got a documentary called Godson Buried Alive. Godson, Godsun, that Godson. And that right there, that's about my whole prison state. Some things I can't talk about, but this one right here is going to highlight who I am today. All the stuff that I had to do, all from when I was young, when I first hit the line, that the missions that I had to go on just to get my weight up, and how I sacrificed even for things that I didn't do, and I sat in them holes, and every time I went to the hole, I had to educate myself. Every time I went to hole, I tried to educate myself on something new, so when I got back out there, I could prepare myself for a different journey in this life. And I've been fighting these police, these Los Angeles sheriffs for like 33 years behind a murder conviction. It was gang related. And I'm put on record. The homies the so-called homie that did it, he's been out there for 33 years. But I wrote this. And that's what these stories right here is about. It's talking about how we join a lifestyle and you could get trapped in a cold way that it'll fuck you up if you're not ready for this lifestyle. You better not get in it. So that's my books and stories embody. It's about it tells you like, okay, this is street life. There's a little glory in it, but that glory doesn't last long.
Well, thank you, brother Jay Burton, man. You know,
yes, sir.
That's profound, my brother, man. I always love to hear you express yourself and speak about your experiences and what inspires you to do the things that you do today. I'm your host, Moshe Canty. I'm here with my co-host Mikey B, my other co-host KK, and we here with an esteemed panel of brothers. My brother Ab, the brother Jay Burton, my brother Joseph P, my brother Mandu the Warrior. I don't know where Shaquell went. I think that's the sister Jim. I see the brother Paperwork Good here. And is that Dion there?
No, this is the magazine, Urban Life magazine.
I know that's Urban Life magazine. We can't hear you, brother. If this is your first time to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit that like button and hit that notification bell, man. We locked in. What's up, my brother, man? Paperwork Good. How you doing, man?
Peace. Ken, how y'all doing?
Man, everything is great. And yourself, how you doing, man?
All wise and civilized. Can you guys hear me? I'm not sure if you can hear me or not.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, my brother.
This is my first time patching in with you guys, and I just want to say thank you. I want to salute you guys. This is the dopest thing that I've ever been a part of. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank Jai for plugging me in, and I want to thank you for allowing me to even have a voice and an opportunity just to reach out and just to link up with like minds with brothers who understand the struggle from an inside perspective. And I just wanted to say thank you. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know how it go. So my name is Tyson. I'm the publisher of Urban Life News magazine. Just to show you a little bit of the work I've done, I put out a cover with Soul B. You know what I'm saying? Lisa Ebbers was on the back. Fire. You know what I'm saying? They okayed that. When I came out with the last official interview of the brother Prodigy before he passed away. I sat down with the Furtado brothers, you know what I'm saying, getting game and insight of our culture, you know what I'm saying. I mean, I was invited to the living room of Peter Shue when I first got in the game. He the one who plugged me into the Furtado brothers, and the brother Benny. He brought me into his home and sat down and gave me his story. You know what I'm saying? And on the other flip side, we gave a shout out to the brother Nipsey around that time, just to pay homage to those who paved the way that the gift of life and culture can be ours. And just real quickly, this is how we started when I came home from the feds. We started out looking like a book report. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to get the message and the story out to the people. And at that time, the look wasn't as important as the content. You know what I'm saying? And just to give you guys a little bit of backdrop, I did 16 years in and out of the prisons. Up north, I did 11 years where I met the brother Jai Ace, and we was, you know, in the Black Studies class. I'm guard by training, you know what I'm saying? And during my last term of incarceration, I was in the feds. So after doing 11 years, I caught a 3 or 4.5 year bid in the feds. You know, at being 30 something in the feds, I kind of like, I was on my last leg. I had enough of the streets. And while I was in the feds, I was looking around and I saw a group of men who still had a lot of fight left in them, but they didn't have resources that they needed to fuel their fight. You know, after doing 10, 15, 20, and 30 years in prison, you know, you run out of resources. So I was sitting there thinking that what do we do for these men that's behind these walls? Because physically, I can't send them all money, right? I can't send them all resources. And so after reading all the greats, Don Diva Feds, As Is, Straight Stunting, Double XL, all the magazines that we read, I saw that there was a space that perhaps maybe that I can fill the void of. Instead of just telling the stories of the gangsters, I can provide the latest law, resources, and information for those men while wrapping all that information up in hip hop culture, you know, glitz and glamour, talking about the stories of the streets, models, but for the purpose of, you know, it's like putting medicine inside baby sauce. You know what I'm saying? Applesauce, because babies, they're not going to eat it. And these youth that's filling these prisons, they're not just going to take straight knowledge. So we got to appeal to their, you know, to their entertainment side. And so that's just the short version of what made me wanted to come up with a hip hop street culture theme magazine that would ultimately demystify the criminal justice system, providing an inside look into the prisons for people on the outside, and taking information and resources from the outside and sending it to the prisons all over the United States. Yeah, and thus far, we've been doing pretty good, Kings.
You've been doing spectacular, because I remember prior to me coming out, I was released September 8th, 2020 from doing 22 straight, but I got a total of 25 years spent inside these prison gulags. But I remember during the latter years of my bid, I remember seeing, the urban news magazine. I remember Soul B being on one.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
So B is, he's an elder of ours. So he inspired us, many of us that's up on this panel. He's some contemporaries of brothers like Mandu and Shaquell and things like that. But these is my big bros. So these individuals inspired us. They helped us along the way. So
yes,
but I want to ask you a question, because my brother always says to me, my physical, he always says, what's conceived in the mind can be manifested physically. So I guess my question to you is, how under those circumstances, you spending 16 years incarcerated, how were you able to conceive this in your mind? Like, where does this come from? Is it because of your background? Is it because of this desire just to want to be better? Is it something that's inside of you that you can see this vision here, and then you have the ability later on to manifest that physically? Like, where do you get that from?
It's an accumulation of things. It's everything you said. Right? Because we are the sum total of everything we experience, everything we study, everything we read, everything we come across. It just so happened that growing up in the institutions being guard body, I had a foundation of education and enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? And I too have brothers who came before me paving the way that this gift of life and knowledge can be mine. So I have to shout out those brothers without saying their names. I have to be thankful to them, because they planted seeds of possibility in me. Right. And through meditation and contemplating, reading and studying, it awakens something inside your spirit that tells you that man's mind is likened to a garden, and whatever seed you plant there within, it will come to fruition. So if you're sitting in there and you're pondering on setting up your next jukes or going home and picking up 10 bricks, then those people who can help you along that journey, you'll meet them, because like attracts air, like energy begets energy. It just so happened that this last time I have got all that out of my mind, and at a certain point, I felt like it would be a disrespect for me to get money any other way than setting up a legitimate business. I thought that it would be an insult to everything that I had studied and everything that I had learned about myself and the human potential. You know what I'm saying? And coming from the streets, I think we all have a seed of entrepreneurship in us. It's just who and what we come in contact that'll show us what we are capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like you take that first step, and sometimes that first step it has a little bit of sprinkle of uncertainty in it. But when you take that first step, something happens. The next step materializes, and then the next step, and then you pretty soon you walking and you stepping and you moving in the direction that you meditated on when you was in prison. You know what I'm saying? And so that's part of how it took place, man. I stayed around positive people and I did positive things. And I gave it a shot. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know anything about printing. I didn't know nothing about organizing the magazine. I didn't know nothing about editing or publishing the barcode. So what I did was I just took one magazine and I dissected it. And then once I dissected it, I mimicked what I saw. I looked at like about 10 or 20 magazines, and I made sure that I had every component that every other major magazine had. And you know what I'm saying? And one magazine turned into two, and two turned into three. You know what I'm saying? And three turned into four, and I just kept pushing, King.
Yo, man,
I'm not sure if I answered your question, but
you answered that, man, and we appreciate it, man. We appreciate your contributions, man. Thank you for just even being here, man, because I'm not saying you don't realize it, but just your presence here alone in this space, yo, man, it means so much to us, man. You're gonna help inspire other individuals, hopefully, man, to emulate that. And that's why we created this platform, so that individuals can share their stories and somehow, you know what I'm saying, inspire other individuals to replicate that paradigm. So I mean, we have so much to talk about, man. Joey P, you've been quiet, man. I'm not even gonna listen.
Joey P.
Don't even be quiet,
you
man.
mixed up, right? You hear me? No, Joey P.
I'm learning, bro. I'm learning.
Nah, you ain't gonna learn, man.
No,
listen, man.
Joey P. What's up, bro?
Yo, before you go in, wifey gotta go, man. She want to just say a few words. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yes,
How you
that's
doing,
my sister.
wifey?
What's
We
up,
glad to
Shayna?
see him alive, ain't we?
It's been a long road.
So tell them about how we started. Tell them about what happened with us.
I didn't know anything. He put me on. He taught me.
So what happened? What happened? What happened at the beginning of Hood Love? What happened? How did we come up with it? How did everything start?
It was a baby we fostered, and I can't really take credit because I was just the.
So where did you meet me at?
I met you in Comstock.
No, but where did you meet me at before that?
What do you mean?
Where was I before that?
I've always been under prison.
In a box.
Yeah, I said under.
In a box.
Under.
She was editing my books, y'all. She started editing my books. You know what I'm saying? We started like that. She was editing. I was paying her out of my account to edit my books. You know, we ain't have no love. We just have business. You know what I'm saying? At first. And from there, let me get low. Let me get low so we can see both of us. And from there, you know, I went to Comstock. Once I had my books, come back, son. Once I had my books, once we had the books edited and everything, you know, I had the bread. You know what I'm saying? My family was supporting me. So I gave her the bread to start the company. This is a girl I just met. You know what I'm saying?
I was just the hands.
I mean, I taught she got a degree in business administration, but when a lot of dudes was getting their wife and they chicks to bring the bag, I knew how to get a bigger bag and how to properly use a queen.
And who inspired you to do all of that?
Definitely not you.
Me? But you don't even remember me from Comstock.
Get out of here. You had all that hair looking crazy in the yard.
Yeah.
I had hair then too. But at that time, like I said, you know, we come from an era where we can't trust or we don't trust. But if you don't put yourself out there and trust some people sometimes, then you won't be trusted. So, you know, it was a girl I met in prison. You know, we eventually got married. We got married right after that. We got married like weeks after laying eyes on each other. We got married in 2005.
I inspired you to do that.
Huh?
I inspired you to do that.
Come on, Ev, stop it.
Who was the leader of everybody getting married at that time?
You was on it.
Me.
I don't know. We was together a lot. I ain't get married with you. I got married after I left you, so I don't know.
But Mo.
Oh, all right.
It was Uno, Silk, C Diamonds, Mikey, me, and somebody else got married.
You act like you. Hold on, Ev. You sit up here saying you the matchmaker, like you the couples matchmaker.
It followed my lead, man. I told him black love, man.
It was too organic to be influenced by anything but what should have been. I didn't even know what was going on. I was just along for the ride. I just followed the instinct.
Nah, she was a great
I'm
counterpart.
not gonna go for that, sis.
Let me tell you something. She gonna downplay her.
Absolutely. Yeah, I ain't going for
downplay.
I'm not.
But let me tell you something, bro. When I laid eyes on her, I knew I had my soulmate. I knew I had my queen. I knew exactly what I had.
Yeah, but you know, Shayna, she gonna try to undermine it to give the impression.
So it was a thing like
that's a lot of work, sis.
It was automatic, like yo, we getting married, and we made up the Hood Love name together. Me and her, we came with the Hood Love name together, and we eventually put up my first book about a year and a half later. We started Hood Love in Comstock in 2005, the Hood Love LLC. That's where that started at. I just wanted her, you know, and she published all my books. She did all my book release parties in the streets. She put all that together. So big up the queen. You know what I'm saying? Salute to her. You heard?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Without her, you know, she was the body. I was the brains behind of a lot of it, but she was the body. She was the body. She made it happen. And like I said earlier, we was talking about chess yesterday in the queen. Some people don't know how to use their queens properly. Mm-hmm. And this is why they fail. You know what I'm saying? But now look, we out here. Everybody said we wouldn't be out here. We've been out here for a year. Everything is strong. You know what I'm saying? We both working, we doing good, and we living good. Thank you, baby.
Yeah, that's great. Nah, that's a great analysis, Mikey. And to take care, sis. And
Thanks,
to use
y'all.
no problem, sis. Have a great night.
That's real beautiful right there, for
And
sure.
to use that chess analogy, on the chessboard, we know that the king has limited mobility, but the queen is able to move, a lot around. So I'm
Without
saying,
a doubt.
Joey,
Without a doubt.
I know you was sitting back quiet. I mean, listen, bro, me and you, we known each other since we was kids, man. You've been sitting quiet, but you also got a story to tell. You got some things you got to speak about as well. So why don't you, man, introduce yourself to the panel as well as the audience, those that are out there listening. Let them know who you are, man, and your contribution to the art of writing, man. You being a self-author with your own company and everything like that.
Talking to me, bro? Talking to him?
No, I was talking to you, Joey P.
Oh, what's going on, y'all? My name is Joseph P. Langdon. I'm from Brooklyn, Brownsville to be exact. I had a long journey like many of y'all. I want to first say I appreciate all your contributions because I know how it is to do a lot of time in a box. I just was released last year from doing 22 years in prison, state and federal prisons, state to state, 14 different institutions. So I understand the struggle and how to get up after doing all that hard time, all that hard labor, paying them dues to the streets, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to salute all of y'all first and foremost, because we all from different areas. And while we was all in our own box, we all had that same message, that same epiphany, and we got up and did something about it, you know what I mean? So I want to salute all y'all for that first and foremost. That's facts right there. But for me personally, I had no idea about writing books. I had no idea about business. I had no idea about how to even go about doing any of these things, right? But while I was in prison, me personally, doing 22 years in prison, I couldn't even really see no light there. I was just stuck in there from 19 years old all the way until I was the age of 41. But fortunately for me, I had a couple angels come in the form of human beings, along the way. Most importantly, my family was there for me, and that was vital for me during that hard time, being away, far away, different states and stuff like that. So having that family and wanting to be better than I was prior to me going to prison is what ultimately pushed me to want to change the narrative of my story. So one day, while I was incarcerated, I was walking down a hallway. I had a cell phone on me, a shank on me. And for those who don't know what a shank is, I had a very big knife, right? And I was walking down the hallway with a couple of my homies. And someone said, "Hey, you." And I thought it was a correctional officer. So I was about to bounce, you heard? But then I looked and I seen a man that was dressed very well, like to the T. And at this time, I was already into my sentence, 17 years into my prison sentence, y'all. So I had like 5 more years left. Had no idea what I was going to do, real talk. I thought I was going to come out here and just come out here and work or just, whatever. I had no idea about business, like I said. So this man named Kareem R. Ellis, who was the founder of GPS, Your Success, he told me that I had a story. And I was like, I got a story. And at this time, I didn't know who he was. He is the protege of Les Brown. For those who don't know who Les Brown is, he is the world's greatest motivational speaker in the world, which I believe in. Multiple people will believe it too.
Yeah.
But he told me I had a story. I never seen him again. He gave me his business card. So like I said, I had 5 years left. I happened to get transferred to another prison, and they had this program in there called Toastmasters. And this is the program that this man told me to check out. Never heard about it before, never even knew nothing about it. I walk into this prison, here you go, Toastmasters. So I went in there. I said, let me go check this out, because this dude was dressed to the T with some of my Porsches and, entrepreneurship, and anybody that could look like that, and he ain't selling no dope. I was with it. You feel me? Real talk. I was with it. I was sold, right? He was gully too. You feel me? So with that being said, I go into this class, and in Toastmasters, for those who don't know what this is a communication and leadership class, and you can get your CC, which is a competent communication certificate, being a professional speaker in short order, just to
He froze up. The brother froze up. We good. He'll keep right back.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button.
Yeah,
and
my
please
bad,
hit
yo.
that
It's real
notification
bad out
bell.
here. The wind is real, like it's like about to be a storm out here for real.
Yeah.
So anyway, with that being said,
my brother.
Yeah. So with that being said, I wound up excelling in this class. Wound up getting my certification in 3 months. Usually it take about 10 months, but I just happened to just go through it, and I started getting better at it, and I started getting confident. And he had a book called GPS Your Success. Y'all can check it out on Amazon. He's the #1 breakthrough strategist in the world. Like I said, I didn't know this at the time. So I said, man, I could write a book. Okay. Then my brother, who is also a book author, his name is P Langdon, he told me one day, hey, yo, bro, you should write a book. This was in 2017. I never even thought about writing a book at this time. So I said, man, I'm going to do that. He said, you got a story to tell. So I started writing this book. Took me 3 weeks to write this book right here. This is the book that I wrote. It's called From the Sandbox to the Cell Block, a story of struggle, oppression, and redemption. I am the author. I published it by myself. I'm going to get to that, though. But so I wrote this book while I was incarcerated. Once I completed it, I said, man, I got 4 more years to go. I wrote that in 3 weeks. Let me write another one. I started feeling myself. I started getting confident, knowing that I had these certifications, knowing I had all the credentials to back me up. But still, I didn't know anything about entrepreneurship. I didn't know what to do about going about publishing this book. I had no idea. So when I was released September 18, 2020, remember, y'all all can identify we're doing a lot of time. Actually, my brother up there, Jay Burton, which is my comrade, for those who don't know that, doing that type of time, you only gonna come out 2 ways. And George Jackson said, you either gonna come out broken or you're gonna come out a rebel. And me, I just chose to come out a rebel. And I don't mean in the terms of being a distraction to the world, but being a problem solver. So I had to get all the credentials, 22 years in the box. I ain't know nothing. I'm like, man, what I'm gonna do out here? Like, you know what I'm saying? But what I did was I figured out the key to everything while you're in that box, whether it's a prison box, whether it's a drug addiction, whether it's a loss, whatever box you're in. The key to everything is first finding yourself and discovering your purpose. Once you have a purpose, right, what happens, everything else become easy. So this man, Kareem R. Ellis, came in the form of an angel, but in the form of a man, but he gave me something that I was able to write down in my mental book and say, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do when I get out. And guess what? I did it when I came out. My first month out of incarceration, I started my own business, Joseph P. Langdon Enterprise, LLC, which is Googleable right now. And I said, man, all right, what am I going to do with this? I'm going to start my own book publishing company. I don't want nobody else really like controlling me again, because I was already controlled for 22 years. And before the 22 years I was controlled by the people in the streets. So I had no liberty for my whole entire life. So I said, you know what? I'm going to own everything I do. So the first thing I did was copywritten everything as far as my photos, copywritten my book. I went to the copyright office and paid, I believe, like $60. It's not a big fee. And you can own everything. With $60, you can own everything. No one can tell you what you should do with your work or how you should do it. Even if you just want to write it and put it on the shelf, it's yours. You did something with it, but you own it. And that's the key. Before you even write the book, make sure you figure out how you own this book, right? How you own the images, because people will use those things against you and get paid and you can't do nothing about it. So I got out and I had this friend that I knew from probably 25 years ago. And she was like, yo, I could type that book up for you. I said, you could type this book up? Stop playing. Because I knew it was going to cost me a lot of money if I went another route. But just somebody I knew, this is what networking comes from. That's why it pays to be good to people, because you never know who might help you 5 years, 10 years, 20, 30 years from now. And she just happened to be somebody that I knew from when I was a kid. And she typed this book up for me. Put everything together for me through Amazon. And I owned it through my Joseph P. Langdon Enterprise, LLC. And after that, another most important thing I want to say to the people out there, don't forget this. Even though writing a book is something you may desire, even writing a script or whatever you might choose to do, never forget that you have to be the author of your destiny and own everything. You have to own everything. You have to go look it up, go investigate, find out about taxes, find out about the percentages. You have to know about what you're doing before you step in these arenas, because just like in the streets, they have robbers in corporate America as well, and they'll rob you blind. So just keep that in mind. But when I met Kareem, I knew in my mind at this time that I wanted to perform and I wanted to ultimately change my life and I wanted to exemplify change because I'm from the hood. I gang bang. I did all this time in prison for robbing banks. So I knew I really had nothing coming with jobs and stuff like that. So I knew I had to like figure out a way where I could produce a job for myself as well as people around me. And them certifications that I had gave me the ability to tap into people who normally wouldn't have dealt with people like me with tattoos, you know, stereotypes. But those credentials and me being strong and ambitious and determined to make something happen and producing my own books, opposed to going to somebody that asks for help. When people see you help yourself later on in life, they'll be willing to help you. So that's how it played out for me. My whole story is based on what I've been through. I have another book that I'm coming out with in March, but this book consists of, I didn't want it to be a typical jail story, even though it is a typical jail story. The difference is I took my typical jail story and made it a unique story, leaving something behind. So I want to tag on to what Brother Jay Burton said. I asked myself, do I just want to be known as a gang member, a person who stole, robbed, lied, conniving, or do I want to be known for somebody that defeated all the odds, all the tests, all the challenges, and that persevered with resilience? And that's what this book is about. I really talk about my mother. I brought the humanity out of the prison to the world, because a lot of us was in there doing a lot of wild stuff, and I was one of them, but I have not forgot that my mother was like my best friend in there and someone who never turned their back on me. And for those who lost their mothers or their parents in there, I'm really saddened by that. You know, salute to my brother Moshe, because I know he's been through a lot of stuff. Been knowing Moshe for over 30 years, so he knows the story of me as I know the story of him. And I'm glad to see that you are really being a beacon of hope along with all the other brothers up here. And thank you, Mikey B, man, for that hood love and giving all these brothers all the credit, even though you fathered their style. Now, I just joking with you, brother. Y'all know what it is. It's all love, man.
Yo, man.
Facts.
Listen, man. We locked in. I'm your host, Moshe Canty. We're here tonight. I'm here with my co-host, Mikey B. KK is not with us, man. He's busy tonight, but he's with us in spirit. We have this esteemed panel, man. I'm just so honored to be in the building with you, man. You know, it's a lot of energy up here, and we're gonna keep building, man. Please, man.
Right.
If it's 83 of us up in here, why is it only 12 likes, man? Hit that like button, man. Hit that
like button,
man.
Smash the like.
Man. Hit that notification, man. Let's not play no games, man. Dude, man, this is one of my big brothers, man.
He's in the building. He's been trying to get in. I guess his Wi-Fi is bad, bro. He can't get in.
Yeah, I know.
The weather bad out here,
going
bro.
through some
It's
issues,
like about to have
man.
a storm out here.
But I want to pass it. I mean, some brothers haven't spoken, but we got Mandu, man. What's up, big bro? We got to let this voice be heard, man. What's up, my
peace
brother?
to everybody on the panel. It's good to see all of us on this side of the wall.
Peace, big
bro.
bro.
I mean? A lot of us grew up in the penitentiary. Me and Quell go back to the 80s in Clinton when we was 19, 20 years old.
Why you put all that out there, bro? Don't put that out there. I ain't that old, bro. I'm 22.
Whatever. Anyway, we still here. We made it outside, so that's what counts. But the fact of the matter is that I'm bad proud of a lot of y'all, man. A lot of y'all, the ones that I know personally and that I came through the trenches with. I'm mad proud of everybody putting pen to paper. They telling their personal story. I'm telling the story about urban life and the shit that we go through. That's something that I'm mad proud of. You know what I mean? I take pride in that. And one of my mottos as a writer, especially when it talk to urban stories, one of my mottos is no stories about us without us. The fact of the matter is that I'm sick of a whole bunch of Europeans and white Hollywood and all that, you know, writing stories about urban life. And like my thing is that if you ain't from the hood, stay the fuck out the hood. Don't talk about the hood. You know what I mean? Don't talk about our urban lifestyle. We got to change the narrative. So because a lot of us is writing stories, writing our personal stories, the stories of each other, each other's experience, we changing the narrative about our culture, right? Whether it be gang banging culture, street culture, is all the same thing as far as I'm concerned. And now that we picking up the pen and we controlling the pen, we control the narrative. So again, like I said, my motto is no stories about us without us. You know, I write urban screenplays. I got a few books, but I ain't published anything yet I'm in the making of doing that, but my main project right now is television. I have a few series that I wrote, and one that I'm currently working on right now. I got some people in the corner, and like the brother said, when I came out of the penitentiary, it wasn't nothing typed up. Right? Everything was still handwritten in pen and paper. So now I'm going through the difficulty of typing things up right now, getting people to type up. I had a few bumps in the roads, few promises made, and people didn't take my project as seriously as I did. So, you know, sometimes you got to lay the D-bone and smack down on people like you in the yard or something to get the shit done. You know what I mean? Yeah, because a lot of people don't see your vision or see your dream like you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to put your foot on some people's necks and shit like that to get the job done. However, I mean, it's almost done. The typing process is almost done. I've been home a year since November 2020. I came home November 2020. I just made my first year, November 2021. So I salute to Mikey B, who also made his first year out here. You know what I mean? So we outside. This is just one of many of freedom.
That's
a fact. You know what I'm saying? So for all of us that write, that's telling these stories, they're trying to inspire people. Because see, my urban series is nothing like, I consider none other. And all my main characters is young kids navigating through the gang culture, through the drug culture, the parent on drugs, one of the parents in the prison, the typical urban life. It's not even a hood novel. It's an urban lifestyle, unfortunately. So I start telling my stories. The main characters of my stories is young people navigating through all of that and turning into entrepreneurs using their street savvy, street smarts, and academic education and building something, empires, and alive in it. A lot of my story deal with social media. When I was in prison, it wasn't when I first went to jail, www didn't even exist. It wasn't no such thing as the internet or these cell phones. But I was able to write those stories in prison because everybody that came in from outside, if you land next door to me, I asked what's up with social media, how it worked, how to navigate through it, how the cell phones work. And a lot of the young dudes was teaching me all that shit while I was in jail. And I was able to incorporate it into my story because I wanted my stories in them to be current. I wanted these stories, even though it's the same old drama, but I wanted the stories to look like today, right? Because we reaching a different audience. Right now, a lot of these kids, and unlike some people on the panel, I ain't afraid of my age, and I ain't ashamed of it. I'm still here. I made it. A lot of brothers don't make it like that. So I always show my age, but I'm in the gym. I'm stronger now at 55 than I was at 25. I go to the gym every day because I want to live, but so that's to inspire. There's so many young dudes now that hit me on, stay on my DM. It's like, yo, OG, you got me in the gym right now. To see your old ass in the gym every day, lifting up the whole building, that's inspiring. So at the same way you can inspire them mentally, spiritually, physically, this is what we're doing right now, just by being on this panel, because a lot of us, everybody know who we are. It's people that know us that we don't know. So by us inspiring them like that, it's going to teach them not to make the same mistakes we made. Don't go down the same rabbit hole we went down, because we barely made it out.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? So many of our comrades that made it back out, so many of them that made it back out ain't made it out with their wits all intact. A lot of them is straight gone, twisted.
Yep.
Institutionalized, twisted. That did less time than we did. I did a total of 32 straight, like just now. And before that, I did 5. So I did a total of 37 years of my fucking life behind bars. I'm just blessed by the grace of Osiris and Isis that I have my wits about me. You know what I mean? Because I stay spiritually grounded. And most of y'all, Moshe, Mikey B, a lot of y'all, we was locked up side by side. A lot of y'all was in my classes that I taught. The African cultural classes, Rasta culture. And if it was black and brown, I taught every class in the penitentiary. Every jail I ever went to, I taught all the cultural classes. I put a lot of dudes onto a lot of material, a lot of reading deep, a lot of getting into your blackness, getting grounded, getting rooted in your true identity, in your true spirituality, your true knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So no matter how many years Whenever they opened that gate, we was ready. We was ready to go. You know what I mean? And to see Mikey B, I seen him when he first came in. And to see him right now, we at right now.
First turned blood. I was in Mandu house when I first turned blood. Mandu was with.
When you first came from the adolescents to the adults.
One South. He's in One South.
One South Central.
One South.
So to see your growth and development, the way you bopping right now, extremely proud of you, bro. You know what I mean? And that boomerang is you too, Moshe.
Yo,
as well.
Thank you, big bro. You know, I was just sitting here thinking about that, man.
All right, so let's see the first.
You know, I was talking to Shaquell. I always talk to Quell about this, man, about the influence that you guys had on us. Although the so-called powers that be would like us to believe that, you know, you guys influenced us negatively. That's not true.
Right.
You brothers were pillars of positivity in a very negative environment. You know, so you know the presence that you guys left, it was so strong under those circumstances that we didn't even have to be in the spot with you guys, and it was felt, you know, throughout the state. You knew that if you was going to a Comstock, or if you was going to an Attica, or if you was going to an Auburn, and if you guys were there, we were going to get a significant part of our culture. We were going to be taught who we were. We were going to value who we were. We were going to appreciate who we were. We were going to love ourselves a total different way. So all praise is due to Allah. I'm thankful for spending that time that I was able to spend with you. And although we met physically in Comstock, you dig what I'm saying? You know, we met at that moment. I knew you since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Coming to jail young, I knew you since you was a kid. Same thing with Quell. You know what I'm saying? That we knew each other because I was like, no, these is my big bros, and y'all gave us so much. So you know, we're all thankful for that. So even this podcast that we have, even the moves that we making out here, I don't care if you contributed just a book. I don't care if you just contributed a conversation, a letter that we may have received. It contributed to the individuals that we are today. So we're thankful for that. Real quick, right? I see two other brothers that I'm not familiar with, right? And I apologize for not knowing you brothers' names. Please forgive me. What are you brothers' names?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, my brother. How you doing today, man?
What's going on, brothers? Brother Dion. I popped up here before.
Oh, that's Dion. Oh, you got the hat on. So you're being. I said, oh, okay. What's up, my brother?
Do I need to show you why? No.
There you go. There you go. Watts really in the building, y'all. We up in Watts up in the building.
Listen, this is a rendezvous with destiny for me, brothers. First of all, salute to the entire panel. I'm definitely locked in. Mikey B, thank you, brother, for sharing your story with you and your lovely queen. That's a sight that we need to see more. Moshe, you guys, man, are laying a foundation I'd never seen before. What I love about it is the unity. You know what I mean? And that's what's always drawn me in. But today changed that. I actually have a purpose. The brother Jay on your panel, that's my little homeboy from my neighborhood. I'm from Watts Nicholson Garden, little homie. What's going on, brother? You know what I'm saying? So, and what that means to me is that for me, myself, I've been home a long time. I've been home 20 years. So when I look at you guys and I feel the energy, I remember that energy, what it's like, man, to roll out of the belly of the beast. And you have so much positive energy. So I hope in the future that I can be somebody that you guys can lean upon, maybe when things may be questionable, maybe when things may be troubling, like we talked about trauma yesterday, right? You know what I'm saying? I hope to connect with you brothers on that level and to be your support system. But I want my brother Jay to know, Jay Burton to know, man, that all my resources are yours from this point moving forward.
Yeah.
You're good, brother. And I can't wait to connect with you so we can connect the dots on who our people are. You know what I mean? How we connect. And I'm born and raised, brother, from the hood. You know?
Yeah. So I was born and raised on 114th Street.
On the fire line. Okay, I started off over on Okay. Well, I lived when you were locked up. I was living right on Success and Imperial Highway. I lived right across the street from Vamp.
Exactly. Yeah.
Remember Vamp? Yeah. Remember the Tall family? All of us are giants. I'm 6'6". My brother DeAnthony.
Yeah.
Yeah. My sister's tall. Yeah.
Up after this. We're gonna hook up after this.
Excuse me. We're gonna hook up after this.
We might have to introduce you to what me and Moshe and me, Moshe, Joseph, and Mikey B. We all got something like real big going on. It's similar to this, but we reaching from coast to coast, the Midwest, the South, and we putting something together. Tomorrow we got a big meeting tomorrow, and we're about to make some big moves. Just because I've been gone for the last 33 years, trapped in this belly, it ain't stopped me from doing nothing. Actually, I got better at what I do from this cage. So trust me, it's good. We're about to build something that's gonna be phenomenal. But
okay,
we're gonna
need
be
my number now,
tomorrow.
or can I give you my information to
Nah,
Moshe?
I got your number already, Dion. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that Jay get
All right.
it.
Yeah, hey, I might have to leave in a few minutes because these pigs is doing a lot of work. That's why I keep jumping up, right? And these phones cost like $5,000 to $10,000 a phone. I'd have lost 4 phones in the last 7 months, so y'all can tell how much money I'd have lost. You can kind of guess. I don't even want to. It's bad. It's in the tens of thousands that I'd have lost dealing with these phones. But look, check this out. I utilize these phones because I become a voice for the voiceless. So I utilize this to build, to get our people together. So people can start seeing that, there's a lot of us in here that's really real, that's really with the business. What I mean with the business, I'm talking about no longer destroying our communities, but building now. Because that's what we got to do from here forth. Once people start hearing these messages and they see that we all from different coasts, but we all are one. We are all one, and we got to continue to build and make this stuff happen. So those that want to follow me on Instagram is Freedom for Jay Burton, FREEDOM 4 JAYBURTON. You can also reach me through Moshe. He know where I'm at, or through my boy Joseph. They all know where I'm at. So if I have to leave abruptly, that means they're about to start letting us out. But I really appreciate y'all.
I'm proud of you, brother. I'm proud of you, brother.
Y'all look out for me, and I'm gonna look out for y'all.
Yo, we love you,
If
Jay
I
Burton.
leave, I'm
Free
just in
Burton,
the background. Free Jay Burton. That's that hashtag.
That's
a fact. Free Jay Burton, man. Peace, bro.
Peace, my brother.
Real soldier. Real soldier.
That's right.
Real. I'm here, though. I'm listening. So if they think, that's that watch life, y'all.
That's
right,
man.
So, listen, man, we respect Watts, we respect Inglewood, Brooklyn, Queens, South Side, Jamaica.
East to West.
We love the whole ghettos of America, man.
This is that Shadow Mirror.
And hit us with the title. Hit us with the title of that book again, Jay.
The Life and Times of a LA Blood, Shattered Mirror by Jay Burton. This is my memoir. If y'all want the back part, I'm gonna give you a brief of what the back part says. It says, Jay Burton's story chronologized in this volume of Shattered Mirror draws from his life and experiences growing up in Watts, California. He paints a picture of the 1980s, which captures his raw opinions concerning the gangs, drugs, corrupt policing, and social injustices that heavily dominated his reality. How the Los Angeles Sheriff's Unit, called the Vikings, used a gang member and convicted drug addict to build a murder case on him. Jay opens up the pain and grief his mother endured while raising a man-child where odds were visibly stacked against him, then losing him to a system at 16 years old to serve 30 years to life in California state prisons. The saga in this true story is said to be a 2-part memoir, with Godson buried alive, love, loyalty, and betrayal, detailing over 30+ years of continued appeal denials to becoming a staunch freedom fighter and social justice reform advocate from behind bars. That's what the back. Yeah, no, I wrote that, right? I just wrote it in third person. So basically, that give you an idea. That give you an idea how I spit in this book. I spit shit.
And we
I can't wait to build with you,
Jay.
Oh, you get this book at Amazon. And like the brother was saying earlier, I published it through Fiverr. Now everything was wrote. And what I did once I got a phone, somebody told me about Google Doc. So I started typing my story into the Google Doc. And once somebody had put me up on a Fiverr, they said it costs about $100. They'll go publish your stuff on Amazon. I think it's called direct publishing, a Kindle direct publishing, something like that.
KDP.
Yeah.
Kid,
Yeah, exactly.
KDP.
So I gave the dude $100, sent him $100, and I sent him my Google Doc, my not the PDF file, but the Word doc. I sent him the Word doc through my Google Doc, and he took care of everything. And I didn't know how to work apps. So what I did, I was just playing with an app, and it's a picture of me. It's a picture of me, and it's a picture of me as a baby, and I'm seeing myself through the shattered mirror. I'm seeing my baby self through a shattered mirror. And the reason why it's called shattered mirror is because you see how we looking at ourselves in this mirror, we see this mirror image of us and we see a perfect reflection. But if this mirror was shattered, we'll see an imperfect reflection of ourselves. So I'm referring to my life. My life was imperfect. So that's why I talk about my life growing up in Watts. And that's what this book basically details about my life growing up in Watts. But I'm telling you, that Godson Buried Alive. I mean, this is a pretty good book, but that Godson Buried Alive, trust me, that Godson Buried Alive.
It's a great book.
It's and like I said, we got the documentary coming out too. That's gonna be coming out soon. I got people in Hollywood, Joseph tell you, I got people in Hollywood right now. They doing the Freeway Rick Ross story right now. Not the rapper, but the real Rick Ross. They doing his life story right now. And the director that's doing his name is Stephen Kraft. He reached out to me, and so he was like, he want to check out, see if he can get involved with doing my life story. And there's also another brother named Bosco. He's out of Compton Crip dude. They doing his life story right now. Vivica Fox, she I think she's one of the producers. Tyrese, he's in it. So he also reached out to me. Just to tell you all this, he can verify everything I'm saying. I got people that's waiting, they waiting for us. So that's why, this thing that we got going on, hopefully a lot of you guys want to be involved in with me and Moshe and Mikey B and Joseph, but it's other people that's also involved, because we're about to make some major plays, because I want to start networking from the east to the west to the south. Every time the east got something coming out, y'all, we going to connect to the west. It's like, we got this coming out and we're going to support each other. That's the key thing about supporting each other. And so that's going to be the beauty of what we putting together. So that with that, like I said, y'all can find me on Instagram.
All right.
And Freedom for Jay Burton. And I appreciate all y'all. It's all love.
You already know.
Free Jay Burton.
There's the brother next to Mikey. What's your name, my brother, man? How you doing, my brother?
How's it going, brother? My name is Frederick Lee Toomer.
Oh, that's you're the cousin of
Mikey
brother,
B, yeah.
of my brother
Right,
Mikey.
is running the family, man.
Oh, okay, man. Listen, okay, I apologize, Toomer, man. Pardon me, man. How you doing, man?
I'm okay. No, it's all good, brother. I'm just greatly to be a part of this. I don't mind waiting my turn and listening to everybody else, because this is a great learning experience right here. First off, I would like to congratulate everybody on this panel from finishing work, starting work, and giving us all inspiration to go on and keep creating better work. That's the main thing, to control our own work, just like my brother was talking about, to control our own work from an independent standpoint, and to keep building on that, because we were never taught how to actually control and build our own work and keep it controlled. We always end up selling it, or somebody buys us out or extorts us for it. So I just want to give you a quick introduction to my book. I'll read the short tutorial on the back of the book. Hello, readers. My name is Frederick Lee Toomer, the author of this book. This book is a short autobiography about the lifetimes and crimes of the New York City corrupted streets. This book will take you into my childhood and then bring you into a world of gambling, prostitution, and drugs. I will share all my true life experience with my readers and then give the readers the horrific end to a life of crime. This book is presented by EverDomo Publishing. Please enjoy gambling, prostitution, and drugs. This book I'm originally from Queens, New York. I wrote this book while I was homeless on the streets for 5 years. And I was able to start my publishing company, EverDomo Publishing, and then I dropped the first release in October of 2020, which was gambling, prostitution, and drugs, if y'all can all see that. So in the midst of writing this book, I fell in love with writing. It became a part of my daily life, and it also legitimized me. It legitimized me with the fact where I didn't have to actually do anything illegal no more. Now I can sell these books.
Facts.
That's it. I mean, what inspired you? Because I know this is something that the question I keep asking everybody, because I know that everybody is inspired to write their books for a particular reason, and I would like to know, like, what inspired you to write yours?
Well, actually, when I started writing this book, I hit a real lonely point in my life. And it was a motivation all my life to actually write a book. But what inspired me was when I had lost everything and I was homeless on the streets of New York, then I decided, I said, listen, I got to get everything on paper. And this was the only thing that can actually cleanse me. It was the best type of therapy that I could possibly have in my life without going to a therapist and pouring it all out on a table, just putting it into a book.
How has the book been selling? I mean, how has it been doing?
The book, actually, I moved to Las Vegas January 7th, 2021, and I've been selling it on the Las Vegas Strip, paperbacks. I have also the ebook on Amazon. The ebook I find to be a tougher marketing challenges because you got to build up your social media and stuff like that. But as far as me actually going on the strip and talking to people and organize with people that's coming all over the country to Vegas, the book sells well.
That's dope.
Wow, that's dope right there, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's dope.
Congratulations. I mean, what's your next move, if you don't mind me asking? What are you trying to do next?
I got another book that I'm working on. Like my brother was speaking earlier, that erotic, unbelievable way to sell books. It's a big seller, but I'm working on a romance book right now, and I'm working on my second book, Greed, Ambition, and Dreamers. The Greed, Ambition, and Dreamers is about the chase for the entrepreneurial spirit. You understand what I'm saying? And I reference other entrepreneurs, other people that's in the same struggle as I was, trying to get their work or get their businesses out there. And then eventually I'm looking to shoot an independent movie for the book.
Wow, that's impressive. That's impressive. My brother Toomer, I'm glad that you joined us today. I'm glad that you could bless us with your presence, your wisdom, what you've been able to accomplish. Again, man, our stories are such an inspiration to individuals who are out there who might be reluctant to put the pen to paper.
I would like to add this, if you don't. I would like to add this, if you don't mind.
Nah, go ahead, my brother.
As we write these books, y'all have to keep in mind one thing: we could scale off of one book so many different income streams. As far as T-shirts, coffee mugs, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Take that one book and just scale off of it as many different income streams as you can. Any different way you can eat off of it, eat off of that one book, and get good at it. Get good at it. So when you do the second book, you just do it all over again. You understand what I'm saying? You take that one book, you scale a movie, you scale T-shirts, you scale whatever you can off of that one book. I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, and that's a great point. So, first of all, before we move forward, I saw Jay had his hand up. You're tuned in to We Locked In. I'm your host, Moshe Canty. I'm here with my co-host, Mikey B. Our other co-host, KK, is not here. He's busy tonight, taking care of business, and that's all right. We're gonna hold our brother down. We're here with our esteemed panel. So many brothers and sisters who have pulled up to share with us their experiences of how they've been able to pour their energy into the art of writing. And for some of us, how it has even, produced the ability to publish their own, be self-publishers. So, brothers and sisters have really shown that we can do our work if we put our energy into it. So I know for me, right, and this is something that I haven't spoken yet because there's so much greatness on this panel. And I've just been sitting back listening, just really amazed at all of you guys who have contributed so much to this discussion. And I know for me, at the time I was Domo, I was caught up in the culture. I have since, retired from the lifestyle. But at the moment, I was really all in. But I was also going through so much stuff internally. I think for me, I just wanted to express how I was feeling about the culture. And I poured my feelings into my book. And the title of my book is called, it's not published at the moment. It's called No More Bloodshed. Anybody that knows me from Mandu to Mikey B to Joseph P to Ev, Smurf, Shaquell, everybody that knows me that was a part of the culture, knows that, my history is about bringing everybody together, right? About uniting us and, us coming together to fight against a common enemy. So, for me, I just was like really, really inspired to put something together. I don't know how it happened. It just, I got so tapped into this time I was spending in the box, and I just wrote a book of essays about the culture. But what I was writing about was my feelings. So one day I would write an essay about how I saw elders abusing their authority and how they were manipulating the youth to perpetuate a cycle of senselessness. So I would write that in the form of an essay, just me pouring out my feelings. So when my book is published, that's what you guys are going to see. You're going to see a manifestation of my feelings being expressed regarding incidences. I'm leaving names out, obviously, but I'm just talking about my feelings towards the culture. And I always felt like our people could do more. We could do better. I'm not demeaning. I'm not using derogatory terminology. I'm not denigrating anybody. And I would never talk down on the culture itself. I'm using it as an opportunity to help inspire future generations so that they can see that as long as we continue to perpetuate a cycle or perpetuate ignorance, we're gonna produce self-destructive characteristics and etc. So in addition to the book, I also was able to grab writings from some of my colleagues, individuals who were around me at the time. Not only that, individuals from other groups within the prison system as well. So you're going to see that there's essays in there from individuals who were considered to be BGF, or individuals who were considered to be Crips, individuals who were Latin Kings, Vice Lord. It's just a book about individuals feeling the way that they feel. It's an emotional response to our reality at that time. So again, that book, and the irony is that I've been so busy since I've been home that I've actually been typing essay after essay on my computer, and I put it up to the side because I've been literally doing great, and all praises due to Allah. So I'm here now hearing all you brothers talking about you got, stuff already in print. And I'm like, yo, I got to get this stuff in print. Like, I got to get this thing out. I've been procrastinating, right? So, but I wrote another book. And this book is called Product of the Environment, a guide to understanding why our youth have become infected with the phenomenon known as peer pressure. And I'm using my experiences of being impacted by peer pressure to help teach young kids as to how they could be mindful of it. They can identify when peer pressure is in their face, and how I was able to use peer pressure. Because think about it, we all at some point in our lives we were influenced and impacted by peer pressure, and we also use peer pressure to get individuals to do things, whether in the streets, whether in prison, and so on and so forth. So I'm speaking from that perspective with the hope that it can help protect individuals themselves who have been impacted or who utilizing their influence adversely. So I cannot wait for the opportunity. And like some of you guys, I don't want my property to be owned by anybody. I want to own my property. I want to be the sole controller of my property. I want to, push it out on my company, Conscious Mind Books. Right? I think that we have the ability and the capabilities to be able to do that. And I don't think that anybody should own my intellectual property. I don't. And that's not no knock on anyone who has taken that route. But me personally, I just don't think that is something that I would do. So I'm so inspired by the work that you guys are doing. Somebody put in the chat, I think peer pressure needs to be defined because certain aspects of childhood and development molds characteristics. Patricia, thank you for that. I actually agree on that. And I want actually that book, Product of the Environment, to be included in public school curriculum. And that's actually my goal. As you should, Mo. That's a fact. So is there anything anybody else want to say? Mikey, you got anything you want to say? Shaquell, anything y'all want to say?
Man, it's a great show, man. Guys up here talking about publishing books and doing real things besides doing some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I like the true stories of, we get a bad rap out here because dudes come out here and tell war stories about us, and that's all they ever hear about us out here. You know what I'm saying? As OGs, as big homies, as as people coming from the struggle. You know what I mean? We did 25 years. Dudes think we did 25 years just stabbing people, running around, with our heads chopped off. When we come out here, let me tell you something. A lot of these dudes, these internet dudes, they know the difference. And when they come out here, we come out here, they try to use us because we don't know how this shit go out here. You see what I'm saying? So they try to use us and use our stories when we supposed to really be doing different things with our stories and selling them in a whole different way. You know what I mean? And rebranding ourselves, because a lot of stuff that we did when we first went in, we don't even do that shit no more. We don't even move the same way we did. Not saying we ain't stand up or we don't mess with certain people and stuff like that, but a lot of stuff we did as kids, we are men. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us matured and turned into men while being in prison. So you know, just getting out these stories. That's one thing I've been wanting to ask everybody on this panel. With a show of hands, how many people have written a book? With a show of hands. How many people have written 2 books?
Oh.
How many people have written 3 books?
Oh.
Wow. I got 3.
How many people have written 4 books?
That's where I got to stop. Y'all got me, man.
How many books you wrote, big bro?
Who, me?
How many books you wrote?
I got all together. I got 3 books and like 6 scripts.
All right. How many books you got published? You ain't got no books published yet?
Nah, everything is still handwritten. I gotta get all that.
So, bro, I'm gonna give you an app for everybody, so y'all notice they got an app right now called. I'm gonna show it to y'all real quick on my phone.
Well, for pen to print.
Pen to print.
I got that app. That's the key. I gotta go back and edit it. This shit, then it don't get it right.
Look, that's what I use, bro. Pen to print.
Yeah, I got that app. I got that, Mikey B.
Pen to print.
More.
And iScan, a pen to print. You can take a picture of your page and, and edit it. You can change the font and you can edit it. So if you wrote your books in prison, you take a picture of it and you edit it.
That's what I've been doing.
All right.
I've been doing, but that's what when I have the time, I'm always outside doing a whole bunch of other shit. With me, it's
don't
about
worry,
the time.
man. Don't worry, man. I've been faced with that same challenge.
I mean, we're gonna help you, bro. So we here, you know what I'm saying? You know, I type about 50 words a minute, 60 words a minute. You know what I mean? My typing is up. But another question I wanted to ask y'all, brothers.
Yo, Ev is
how many people on the panel? How many people on the panel have a published book? Have published a book? How many people on the panel have published 2 books? How many people on the panel have published 3 books? How many people on the panel have published 4 books?
Ev, you just Ev. This is my son.
As an ebook. How many people on the panel has published 5 books? All right, so we still got a way to go.
Yeah, we got a way to go.
There's 5 books. I published 5. My 5th joint is called A Poem Song, and it's straight digital. That's why I don't have a copy of it. I just made it.
I love this. Digital is
I love this. I love
it.
That's
my great, man. Be great. Remember, even though we're trying to get success on the next level, we all have a level of success now. Don't overlook that. Don't overlook the blessing we got. You know, we talking about all the books we wrote. Some people can't write no books, bro.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
And let me tell you something. Look at Hurricane Carter, like one of the brothers mentioned earlier. He used his book, and that book got him out of prison. The people came, read his book, and came and got him out of prison, bro.
Wow.
So, you know, don't underestimate the power of the word. You know what I mean? Let's say in John 1, the first was the word, and the word was with God. And the word was God. That's John 1. You know what I'm saying? So don't be, you know, we got the power of the word. We're using these words right now, and our words is power.
The Psalms says life and death is in the power of the tongue. A man shall eat by the fruit of his words. That's facts.
You know? I gotta go, y'all. Y'all go.
All right, peace, bro. Appreciate Burton.
All right, y'all, man. Y'all stay focused. All right, thank y'all.
Yo, I follow,
man.
Peace, man. Instagram is Freedom for J Burton. FREEDOM Number 4, JAYBURTON.
That's right. Follow the
Love
brother.
y'all stay focused. Thank you for
Yeah, but
everything, bro. It's all
peace, bro.
good. Peace.
But yeah, bro, that's just we got greatness up here, bro. Don't underestimate that, because we try to be, where we come from in society, they try to belittle us. They try to take everything we do and make it seem like nothing. But we got greatness, bro.
Facts.
A lot of people ain't do the stuff that we did, and it was so easy for us. Sometimes we look at it like nothing. When I sent my first book home to my mother, I didn't even tell her to read it. I just told her to hold it. She said, "What's that?" She said, "That's my book." She said, "Oh, I want to read it." I didn't even think at the time that she wanted to read my book. But that's the system that we've been forced to live under for all this time. You know what I'm saying? But we came out of that. A lot of us, we fought our way out of that, and we great. You know what I'm saying? We great in our communities. We great assets. We great brothers. We great fathers. We great authors. We great publishers. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta just make sure the world see our greatness, and we keep the greatness, our higher self on the forefront of us. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. That was beautifully said, brother.
That's a great
that was
point.
beautifully said right there, man.
Nah, let me just say something. I don't know if you want to say something, Joe, but let me just say this, right? And to Mikey's point, man, he's right. He's right. Most of us up here, unfortunately, have been incarcerated. But those of us who have not been incarcerated, it's the same thing. They look at us all the same. And the thing is this, though, right? Can somebody mute themselves, please?
Somebody's typing or something.
All right. No, I was saying that if somebody would mute themselves. All right. No, so this is the thing, right? And we have to understand this, right? That there are stigmas that have been attached to us because we've been incarcerated before. Some of us are 2-time violent felony offenders, 3-time violent felony offenders, and so on and so on and so forth, right? So there's this expectation that all we know is violence. There's this expectation that because we've been to prison, somehow we're going to return to prison. There's this expectation that we would not amount to anything. All right, 67% of those who are released from prison within 3 years return. So I wanted to make sure that I defied those odds, those statistics when I came out here. So I said, I'm going to do everything in my power to stay focused. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to do everything I got to do not to become distracted. And make no mistake about it, it's a lot of distractions in these streets, man. A lot of distractions that will take you completely off your course, off your square, knock you right off your square, and you be sitting right back in that pen. So this is what's expected. It's expected that individuals will return to prison. But how many of us are going to defy those statistics and do things like our brother yesterday? Brother Joseph Williams. He came up here, got his bachelor's degree from Bard. Not only did he get his bachelor's degree from Bard, he has gotten his master's degree from Columbia, and he's working on his PhD from NYU. In a few years, the man will have a doctor by his name. His name will be Dr. Joseph Williams. And this is somebody who has spent time incarcerated. So now if he returns back, they got to refer to him as Dr. Williams.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
So this is the route that I see us all on. It doesn't have to be in the field of academia, but I look at everybody that's up here, man, as giants. Yo, shout it out to the brothers who came up here, the brother from Go and Gyro magazine, as well as the brother who came up here from Urban Life magazine. Yo, we appreciate the brothers who came up here. Some of the sisters who came up who unfortunately were not able to speak. We need the sisters to come up here so that they can represent for the sisters as well. We want to hear some stories about the things that you guys are doing out there as well, because we know that there are many of you out there. So we need to make sure that we get you guys up here. All right. Mikey B, you wanna take us out?
No, I'm good, bro. Let the brothers speak. If they gotta say something, let them shout out their books and yo promote y'all books before y'all leave, man. Let them know where to get y'all books. Go ahead, y'all. Go around the circle. Go around the panel.
Get my book on Amazon.com. Book is called Foreplay. Just look up the name Shaquell, SHAQUELL. You have to go through the whole name, and it'll pop right up.
All right.
I'm off of Everlast. My company is called EverDomo Media. You can find me everywhere. EverDomo Media on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, Amazon, DM us at EverDomo _ it's EverDomo _ media on Instagram. You can DM us for the embroidered Real Always Wins hoodies, and we got of course we got the hats. You know what I'm saying? We got the hats, we got the tees, we got the tees for the ladies and everything. You know what I'm saying? All flavors, all colors. You know what I'm saying? Real Always Wins. That goes with the book. We got deals going on. We got the suits coming in, the sweatsuits coming in. They tech fleece sweatsuits. They coming in next week. You know what I'm saying? So y'all DM us. Those will be special editions. So those are only through DMs. Our links in our link tree. We are linked up with Teespring. If any of y'all brothers want to get y'all gear stuff out there, Teespring is a kind of easy way to go about it, because you don't have to, have all the stuff. They make the stuff for you and cut you your percentage or whatever.
How you spell that?
It's TEESPRING. Teespring.com.
Thank you, my brother.
You know what I'm saying? They real easy to work with. They got a lot of products, phone cases, everything. You know what I'm saying? So just you can follow me on anything, and if anybody needs anything, we do music videos, we do business commercials, you know what I'm saying? And we start at 500 and it works its way up as your set gets bigger. You know what I'm saying? We do all the editing. We got the graphics going. We got what you need. You know what I'm saying? EverDomo Media. Remember we heard this first. I want to thank y'all, brothers, man. I love y'all, man. Yo,
love you too, bro. You know that.
Love you too, my brother.
Yo,
love you too.
Much love, much love.
It's just one thing about being in there. You know what I'm saying? I did 15 years. You know what I'm saying? And I never thought I'd make it out. Period. Dot. I thought when they said, "Yo, listen, it's over, it's over." So making it out and then seeing y'all, you know what I'm saying, brothers that I know was in the trenches with me, you know what I'm saying, where we had to starve, you know what I'm saying? We went through a lot, B, you know what I'm saying? And we went through a lot for a cause that these people out here don't really even understand. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand what we was dealing with in there.
That's a fact.
Period. Dot. But we did it. You know what I'm saying? We did it. Our job now is to teach, pass on, you know what I'm saying, and keep building on what we started. You know what I'm saying? Because we started that, man. And we was unstoppable. And you know how we know we was unstoppable? Because they changed the laws on us. You know what I'm saying? And we can't do nothing else with these dudes but lock them the fuck up for the rest of their life. And they changed the laws on us. That's the only way they could stop us. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't stop us no other way. We were smarter, we was faster, and we were stronger. And we're going to always be that way. Yo, peace to everybody that showed up, that came out, and peace, everybody tuned in. Smash the likes, subscribe.
That's right. Let's do it. As always.
Yeah, we need the massages.
Whatever y'all
need,
holler at me.
Yes, I need a massage.
Come on.
What's up? Who's next? Who's next, man? Who's next?
Let's go.
Frederick Lee Toomer. You can catch my book on Amazon.com, Gambling, Prostitution, and Drugs, Hustler's Paradise. My Facebook is Author Lee Toomer, and my Instagram is freddy.publishing. Anybody that needs any advice on self-publishing or anything, just hit me up, and I'm always more than happy to help out in any way I can. I would like to do.
Toomer, you said freddy.publishing?
Yeah, F-Ready.
Like the letter F?
Right, and then dot, and then ready.
Copy.
Gambling, prostitution, and drugs, right?
Yeah, gambling, prostitution, and drugs. Hustler's Paradise. Yes, but I would like to thank you, brothers, for having me on. I really appreciate it. I'd like to thank the rest of you brothers for sticking to the end. You know, this has been really educational, motivational, and sensational to me, and I can't wait to lock into your next episode. Peace, brothers.
Peace, man. Thank you for coming, man.
Thank you.
Get Joey P.
Let's go, Joey.
Peace. I had it on mute. Joseph P. Langdon on all platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Joseph P. Langdon. I'm also the founder of No Comrades Left Behind, where we're going to be selling autographed books there. You can DM me. We sell autographed books. We deliver them. If you're in the Ohio area, we ship them out. If you're in a different state. What I really want to say besides that is that don't forget, you gave your life to the streets, right? And all that time you was in prison, whether it's a drug addiction, whether it's physical prison, whatever type of prison it is, always remember there's evidence, there's proof that you can overcome and you can accomplish anything you want to do in this world. All of us up here, we sacrificed so much. We was the ones that the people in the world told you not to be like. But now we are the people that the world needs you to be like. So never forget that. They need people like us. And that's why our stories are so vital. That's why we're going to give so much life to the youth. Not only to the youth, but people who are in their 30s, 40s, as well as trying to find themselves. So the point is that no matter what you go through, you can always make it happen, you heard? That's real talk. But my book is on Amazon, and this story depicts so many different illustrations that so many people got identify with. Not just the prison time, but just the overcoming and taking so many losses just to win, you know? So I want to salute all y'all out there, man. Make sure y'all tap in with us. We got a lot of things going on. Right now, we got a professional class, GPS of Success with Kareem R. Ellis. Tap in, man. When you're selling books, you still got to be able to communicate. You got to be able to express yourself. People got to know what you're trying to say. So work on how you communicate to the world. That's all I want to say about that. Peace and love, man.
Yo, love you, Joey P. Thank you, man.
Love you too,
Dion,
brother.
I know you
No
got
doubt.
something to say, Dion.
Yeah, for me, brothers, I just connecting to get to know my brothers, man. You know your brother by the spirit, right? And me, myself, to give you a little background, I did 10 years in the Federal Bureau of Prisons. And I tell you, man, when I listen to some of y'all brothers' hard struggles and stories, as far as what you guys went to in the different state institutions, it's no comparison. I have no war stories. I have not even close, man. I guess I don't like to minimize any kind of incarceration to downplay it, man. But from what you brothers went through, man, I would call it Camp Snoopy. You know what I mean? Really, seriously. I actually, and believe it or not, I was on the West Coast. This is one example of it. I was on the West Coast in a medium security prison. My last 2 years, I went out to out custody, which was considered a camp, meaning there was no fence. And I remember when I left the from behind the fence, I made a comparison to like the crown of thorns being removed from the head of Jesus, the symbolism we see. And that's the kind of relief that he gave me psychologically. You know what I mean? I've been in about 8 years at that time. So I took a trade, believe it or not, because you know I had no write-ups, everything was good for me for years. I actually applied for a trade in the Federal Bureau of Systems. I was accepted. The location was in Texas. They allowed me as a Federal Bureau, as a prisoner in the BOP, to take a Greyhound bus from California to Texas. And at that plant, at that location, there was a medium and a low. I was at the camp residing there, and there was a wastewater treatment plant that was adjacent. That was really just for the I think it was 2,000 people were on the medium yard, and there were a few hundred that were in our custody. I graduated when I came out of that state institution. Man, I was a licensed wastewater treatment plant operator in the state of Texas, believe it or not, in federal prison. Is that crazy or what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, you know, I took advantage of that. I never used it. I wind up going into Toyota in the manufacturing division. Another good point, real quick, because I know we're closing.
Nah, go ahead, my brother.
Is there's also a difference in the BOP coming out as out of the BOP. Most of the companies in corporate America, their criminal background checks, we don't come up. We don't come up in their criminal background checks unless they pay for a certain type of security level check, which is usually what you see in like post office or any kind of federal job. So that was another advantage for me that I had that you brothers that was the difference for me. So I never even had to deal with that. So I was literally able to go straight into the workforce and jump right in without hindrance. And so there's a lot of things that we need to do with our brothers, man, and sisters as well, as far as educating them on what you can and what you can't do. Because a lot of excuse my language, a lot of the shit that we hear is basically the same thing that we heard in the street, what we call street law. Well, when we were on the street talking about what we thought the law was until we actually saw it in black and white. But it's the same as when you're leaving prison. Like, say, for example, as a felon in the state of California, you can still become a firefighter. There's other different trades that you can do as well too. So what we need to do is make sure our brothers and sisters have the right information, when they're leaving, so that their transition is smoother. But that's just one thing. But another thing is, for me, like I was mentioning briefly earlier, I've been home for over 20 years. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, 20 years later, that trauma that we talked about like yesterday that I tuned into, man, I'm feeling it more now 20 years later than I did when I was released. Believe it or not. It's just the way it's whatever we experience, it's suppressed inside of us. So we have to lean on each other. We're peers in this room right here. We have to lean on each other and support one another through our trials and tribulations in order for us to reach our maximum potential. So me started off with the 050 movement. I love the brothers. I connected with you guys, man, and it's a rendezvous with destiny. I'm locked in. I'm on the West Coast. I mean, physically, but I'm there. I'm here with you guys, mentally and spiritually. And please, let's continue to build. Let's talk outside of this forum. I know we're all busy. I would love to connect with you guys just to get to know you guys as brothers. But man, when I saw a little homie from my neighborhood on this panel tonight that has been in the belly of the beast all that time, man, it touched me so much, because the way I see it, if I was on my job, there's no way that brother should know me. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that even if I just took it upon as a community to say, look, I'm gonna look out for all the brothers that are from my neighborhood. Even if I took that on as a task, that brother should have some kind of lifeline with me already, man. So I'm humbled by that experience, and I'm gonna be reaching out for you brothers, man, and feeding off your energy.
Yeah,
but
we
from this point
appreciate
on,
you, bro.
I'm locked in, bro.
You, man. Yeah, we locked in, man. Hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. We got Gat Nat on the phone, man. Say what's up to the panel, man.
Yo, shout out to the whole panel, man. I apologize for the Wi-Fi in here. I'm in dirty ass Browns and nothing works out here. But I was paying attention to the whole panel. I heard everything everybody say. I didn't get a chance to start my book. My book was called Witness Bonnie and Clyde. It's one of the 4 books that I wrote. But maybe I told about that another time. Everybody close out right now. But I want you to know that I will be a part of the WeLockedN family from now on. And I would like to shout out Shaquell. Shout out to the bro Mostly, Mikey B, and the rest of the panel. And to Sincere Jones, yes, Gat Nat is home.
Gat Nat is home. You hear that?
After 24 years, shout it out to you too, Gat Nat. You know I love you.
Congratulations,
right back to you, man. Congratulations, man. We love you, my brother.
Definitely.
Well, listen, man. I'm your host, Moshe Canty. I'm here with my co-host, Mikey B. You know, we want to thank again our panels who came up here to support us, man, to share their stories with us. We truly appreciate it. For those who've been listening, We truly appreciate it as well. We're gonna continue to bring some high quality, potent content for the listeners out there. Let's continue to support us, man. We love y'all. We like to say peace, man, and good night, man. Y'all stay safe, man. We locked in.
Peace, brother. Peace.
Peace,
We locked
man.
in. We locked in.
Wa alaikum salam.